are back. The time is now.
NUFC Early Night News with Gary the Geordie Yum Yum and Derek the Mighty Wing. Weekdays from 8 p.m. UK, 2 p.m. USA. NUFC Talk.
Howdy doody out there in Viewerland. I hope you're all well. We've just got D-Man joining up with us. Wow, D-Man, you're just coming into focus now, lad. It was as if you were coming out of the fog there, like the Messiah. Superb to have you on board, dude, tonight. Oh, excuse me, everybody. How are you, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. You guys doing well?
Yeah, superb, buddy. Superb. Like I say, welcome on board. Just before we start into tonight's show, it is a little bit different again. We've gone to back-to-back shows because it just confuses everybody. So stay with us all the way through. There will be a little bit of an interlude between the 7:30, 9:30 show and then the boys coming on at 9:30, but it's all on this channel. So you don't have to go anywhere. I think people were dropping out yesterday, not realising we were back-to-back with our late show as well. So stay on board with us tonight. Don't go anywhere because it's going to be a cracker. It always is with us lot. Before we get into tonight's show, let's do the housework and then we'll crack on. Welcome to all watching across all the platforms. Thanks to everybody that works in the background. As always, you do amazing work. Don't forget, people out there in Viewerland, smash that like button for us if you enjoy the show. It just helps us get further as a channel to other supporters. Subscribe, it's totally free. Smash that bell for future content. We're always live, never edited, and if you hit that bell, you'll get that 30-minute warning. If you want to support us, you can become a member. It's a small monthly fee. That's if you can afford it. Christmas is round the corner, but it will do us a massive favour and the perfect prezi for us at NUFC Talk. If you've got a question for any of us in the panel, then throw a Q in front of that question in the chat, but it ain't guaranteed, by the way. So if you do want to guarantee it, then throw us a Talk TV super chat. Use that $sign, follow the instructions, and that'll guarantee that message read out. Anybody that becomes a member during the show, or any of our beautiful members out there that gift them, will be highlighted and thanked as we go. It's a build-up of the big game on Saturday. 5:30 kickoff under lights at St James's Park. I'm not expecting miracles, but there does feel as though there's a change around the corner. Eddie Howe's been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I was going to say well done to John Anderson and Rhoda, because Glenn Rhoda's been also indoctrinated into the Hall of Fame. I was going to ask you boys before we start getting into the nooks and crannies. Do you think, I mean, you know, presentations are presentations and everything else, but do you think the presentation coming now during the international break is just showing support behind Eddie Howe? I mean, obviously you put that league table up of his points, sitting fourth after 4 years. It's all over social media at the minute, the job that Eddie Howe's done. And the man himself now has claimed that the away form has to improve. You know, we've not really been good on the road for a long time now. And that needs to improve. And I have got a little bit of a clip of Eddie talking to Radio Newcastle, which I'll go into as you guys are getting your views across. So, Wood, I'm going to start with you. Do you think this is just come at the time now to give Eddie a bit of an arm around the shoulder to say, lad, you know, you've done us good for the 4 years you've been here. You've bought us silverware. Let's turn this corner.
Well, it was a full black tie do.
Yeah.
So it's obviously been, you know, to get that booked at the Civic or wherever it was, it's got to have been booked well in advance of anybody knowing how this season was going to go. Mm. So I don't think it's been timed specifically as kind of a vote of confidence or anything.
No, they're the guys that have been put into the Hall of Fame.
And I think he fully deserves it. Fully deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand everything what you've just said there, but it just seems like you said, it has to be pre-booked, these things. But I think at the end of the day, it's also come as a bit of an arm around the shoulder and saying that we've got your support.
Is it not I don't know, is it an annual event? It's not something that gets a lot of for example, I didn't even know it was happening until it had happened.
No.
So it's not getting a great deal of publicity in that respect, which you would have thought if they were going to make a big thing about it, it would have been.
Yeah, potentially. You're absolutely right. What's your thoughts?
I always am. Did you not know that?
Do you think it was maybe kept a little bit more low-key by the club, simply down to the feelings around it at the minute, and sort of not looking like they're trying to praise him too much in regards to
absolutely not
at the minute? And I thought, to be honest, he completely deserves it. It is really well deserved, and I think all three of them guys were great servants for the club. For me, I think it'll be a lovely parting gesture for him. He's got it now. Okay. That's something that he'll remember for the rest of his life, and he can go off into the sunset now quite happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You couldn't let it lie, could you?
What's your thoughts, dude?
I think it's coincidental because, like Win said, it was probably pre-booked from a long time ago, scheduled for this international break, but it has come at the perfect time for him, I think, because there has been, we all know the form that we're on, especially the away form. There are some rumblings about is he the right man for the job, and how long will he be here? So this is perfect timing to reassure him that the club back him. They're thankful for what he's done. And yet, like I said, he does deserve it. He fully deserves it. Got us a trophy, the Champions League qualifications twice. I think this will do his confidence good, and I think it will reassure the Howe fan base, that he's going to be here for a while.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, for me, it has come at the perfect time for everything. If I'm honest with you, because like I say, it's an achievement, and whichever way you look at it, the lad has done well. Looking after Newcastle from where we were, and I know people always shout, "Well, you can't look back. You can't look back." But he's been rewarded for what he's achieved now. What happens in the future? Well, like you said, there's rumblings all over the place. It seems very much as though, Tuchel and Eddie Howe could swap places if you listen to some in the fans. This is what Eddie Howe's got to say at the presentation about obviously what's around the corner, and it was a good listen.
Regarding the football, we're in the international break or coming to the end of it. Have you had the chance to have any time off just to reset and refresh after such a hectic period leading up to this set of internationals?
Yeah, I think in terms of recharging, I always find it difficult, especially if you haven't done well in your last couple of games, which we haven't. So it's been a mixed time for me. I think a lot of reflection, a lot of analysis, and then a lot of work on the training pitch. So that's to work really hard. We've done hopefully some good work with them. Hopefully we'll see that in the coming games, and we'll see a return to a more consistent form.
I think you said after Brentford, listening to your interview, that this is probably the first time after maybe 4 years of pretty consistent success and lots of achievements that you've really been tested in this way. And obviously when you have had bad runs before, you found a response, and that's what you're looking to achieve now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a difficult one because it's not all bad. Our Premier League form's not been good, and our away form's not been good. Our home form's been strong, been good in the Champions League, we're still in the Carabao Cup, so it's a mixture of things. It's been difficult to pinpoint one thing, but certainly the general performances we know have to improve. We're looking for more consistency, we're looking for more goals, we're looking for just a big response really in this moment, which we're going to need because we've got game after game. Our schedule the next 2 months is relentless, so we can't allow any sort of negative trend to continue. So it's a really important few weeks for us.
And your record in the big games at home has generally been so strong over the last 3 or 4 years, hasn't it? And there aren't many bigger than Manchester City, and it would be the perfect place, wouldn't it, to get a positive result to go into this even busier period of the season, as you've just touched on?
Yeah, it would be the perfect start to that. But we know that we're up against, for me, the best team in the Premier League consistently for the last 5, maybe 10 years. I think they've been excellent. So there's no bigger game for me than Manchester City in terms of test. And hopefully that brings out the best in us, and we'll certainly be prepared for the game. We've had a long time to reflect on our last performance, and hopefully we see a response.
And lastly, Eddie, I know probably a lot of your players aren't back yet, but would you be able to update us on the fitness of a couple? Anthony Gordon didn't go away with England, Nick Pope as well, and there'd been some reports about Sandro maybe not being 100% fit because he didn't play in Italy's second game.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a mixed bag. Anthony, we'll wait and see. He'll be touch and go for the game. Sandro should be fine. Who else did he mention?
Nick Pope.
Nick Pope. Yeah, I mean, Nick had concussion, but he's passed the protocols there, so he should be fine. Yeah, and we've still got a few, obviously, that we're nursing back. Tino Livramento, Lewis Hall, still in the early stages, although he's made a couple of really good appearances. Johan Visser's still out, but starting to up his work now. So, yeah, we're looking at a healthier place.
Thank you for speaking to us, and congratulations again on your award.
Thank you very much.
There you go. It's been an interesting little bit of a talk, to be fair. Before I give you my views, then, Wyn, what was your general thoughts on that?
Pretty much Eddie being Eddie, and it's stating the obvious. It's, you know, everybody knew, we all know, the group know that it hasn't been good enough, and we know, you know, we're trying to change things. We all know what needs to be done, and let's get on with it and see. We'll not have a better opportunity because they're the hardest opponents, giving them that little bit of an out. If things don't go well. But
I mean,
no,
his history in the past, though, mate, against big clubs has been good. You know,
Well,
the lads
right.
seem to step up, don't they?
I mean,
Against
how
Man
many
City.
times in the past? How many times in the past have we been going through this sort of run, and the one that springs immediately to mind is when we beat Villa. We beat Villa at Villa when we're going through a bit of a dip, and everybody thought we'd turned it around.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Boki, what's your thoughts, matey?
Well, first he looked smart as a dog, didn't he? With the potentially could be the next James Bond, could be his next job.
Yeah, my name's Howe, Eddie Howe. He's probably 006 and a half, though, isn't he? I mean, he's not quite 007 yet.
Definitely not. No, it was very much. I mean, basically, I don't think they need to do the press conference now. I think that's exactly what he'll see in that as well when he's got his tracksuit on.
Hey, did you hear that, Wyn? We can have a sleep in, mate.
You can have a lie in. There's bound to be a left field air question from, what's her name? Is it Lucy?
Yeah, I'm sure there will be.
Yeah.
Yes. Where did you get your tuxedo from?
Apart from asking what he had for the meal, I think that'll probably be his mantra at the press conference as well.
D-Man, I'm going to come to you first before I throw my bit in.
Yeah. Listen, like you said, it's steady Eddie, innit? That's what you expect from him, really. But the fact that he said, you know, it's a mixed bag, you know, we're doing well in the cups and whatnot. Let's call it what it is. We are crap away from home, yeah? And we're doing so well in the cups because we play at home. Yeah, we've got one away win against Union SG, who we expect anyone will beat them, to be fair, let's be real. Now, like he said, it needs to be addressed. And I like the fact that, you know, he's not shying away from that. My concern is what he's talking about, the players coming back, because he said Lewis Hall is still to come. He's still not
nursing.
there
Yeah.
yet. But Burn suspended. Yeah. So he better play him. He better play him against Man City. Yeah. And keep him there. Right? I don't care about he's nearly there, whatnot. He needs to stay there at left back. What you do with Dan Burn, address that later, innit? But listen, we all know what it is. Yeah. But I'm not so. We'll get to it later. But we do turn up in the big games. I get that. But against Man City, we the best we can hope for is a point. And usually we lose. Yeah, we haven't beat them since 2019. So I'm not sure where anybody's positivity comes to that for this fixture, because we don't get nothing against them, really. You know what I mean? So we might have to look for the game after that to turn our season around, which is away to Everton, and that in itself is another tricky one. So
Absolutely.
We'll see in it. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand where you're coming from, because I I did like throw a little bit of a blanket when he was talking about the players coming back and those that are fit. And you look at the press, and everybody was talking about all of the players that were mentioned there, all trained, and have been training since their return. I mean, the only problem, and it's the same for every Premier League team. It's not just Newcastle that suffers this. It's disjointed when you've got still players away on international duty. For me, it'd be nice to be able to say, right, this is when we come back to work, say the Wednesday or whatever, and we'll crack on as a unit there. I have got a Kieran Trippier, which is that coming post that event. Do you want to do this one, Win?
Yeah, Toon Assassin, formerly Irish Assassin, thank you very much. Hall played enough for England, so he's fit enough. I agree there. He came on for half an hour, so...
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say...
If you're fit enough to play for England, you're fit enough to play for the Toon.
Well, if he played 2 games, then I could probably say, you've got to have a look at him, see if he has got anything niggling. But he hasn't. He's played a game and a bit. It's not even a game and a half. When
he's come on, the last twice he's come on for us, he's been,
he's
fire.
Outstanding. Yeah, absolutely outstanding. So I do question where that's all come from, if I'm honest with you. But you're absolutely right, Dave.
Unless it's maybe Steve Bunce, I don't know. Could that be his influence a bit?
Maybe.
Mind games. It could be. Sometimes he does that, innit? He says you're not fit enough, and then he just throws it. He's naturally starting. So you never know. He's
not going to give Pep all of the answers that he wants straight over the air, is he? So I mean, listen. For me, if he throws Kieran Trippier at left back now, and because we haven't got one, or even Botman goes left back. I mean, come on. I mean, where were he going with this?
That Toon Assassin back there saying timestamp recorded. Win agreed with me. Receipt.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks, matey.
What did he do with Nick Pope?
That was the one I was just coming to. Pope starts for me now the weekend. I'd literally nailed in Ramsdale, and we all know that Pope is part of the favourite few. And, as much as Ramsdale seems to be enjoying his time at Newcastle, his exposure and limited time, it would make you question whether it's the right move for him. Because, I mean, again, we've all heard that this loan move could become permanent at the end of this loan deal. So would you want to come to Newcastle as a number 2?
Well, why does he continue to pick his favourites when it's not working? I just don't understand it. Well, we'll see what he does against Man City.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I believe, like I said, if Pope's fit, he plays him, and to me, that's the wrong decision. Pope has been culpable for a few errors, for a few of the goals he conceded now, and give Ramsdale a chance. He played well since he's come in. You know what I mean? He changed the way we play. We know he's better with his feet and stuff, and he's a good shot stopper as well. So just play him. Just try it. It. Stop picking your favourites when it's not working.
Yeah, my one concern with the Burn thing is that he's saying, well, the whole thing is that he's saying Hall isn't 100% fit, so that he can play him in this game, and then say, he can't play 2 games and whip him straight out and put Dan Burn straight back in, which I don't think he should, but I've got a funny feeling he might.
And Hall will look rusty as well, so he might not have the best of games, and that will be his reason to...
His excuse. Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, this is going to be an absolute killer for me if that happens, because, like I say, even the mighty Win, who's the best supporter of Dan Burn that I've ever seen and heard, has also called for Lewis Hall to be playing left back. So, that's all I can say. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because, like I say, as soon as I heard that Pope was back in training, I'm like, you might as well screw my team sheet and just throw it in the bin. Let's listen to Kieran Trippier then, because he had a few words to say about the past performances.
You were in the international break now, possibly still a bit strange for you because you were an England player for so long going away, but to not be playing football at the moment and have a little bit of break, has that been for you personally a nice thing?
It is, and I think sometimes you've got to respect your body. Obviously I retired, can't remember how long ago it was now, but Yeah, it's been a nice break. As I said many times, I think the break came at the right time personally for us as a team to reset, regroup, and get ready for Man City.
Have you been able to do much in that regard, given that you've got so many players away still at the moment?
No, it is difficult because players come back at different times. But all we can do, and the lads at the training ground, is just listen to the manager, listen to what he demands on the training field. Obviously, it gives the young lads an opportunity to come and train with us, and it's good development for them as well. But obviously, we're going to welcome all the lads back when they're back on whatever day that is. So, everybody back training, get back together soon, and get fully prepared for Man City.
Probably thinking back to when you arrived, the club was in a very difficult position. Since then, there has been consistent and brilliant success, the sort that many fans hadn't experienced before. Right now, you're being tested, aren't you? What would be your general message to supporters who are obviously a little bit frustrated with the way things have gone in the last couple of weeks?
Just look back at the first game against Cambridge. That was my first game, but no, of course we understand the supporters' frustration at the moment, but that comes with, how can I put it, that comes with how quickly we've transitioned as a team, as a club, as a fan base. And of course, it's demanding Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, but there's no excuses from us players. We know we need to perform better, especially away from home, and that will come. And all those players can promise us that results will turn, especially away from home. And as always, we always give 110%.
Last couple of things, Kieran. You record in the big games, particularly here at St James's Park, has been phenomenal. Manchester City on Saturday is another one of those. That would be the perfect way, wouldn't it, to get 3 points and try and move on from the difficult recent run, particularly of away games when you're back at St James's at the weekend?
No, 100%. And the most important thing is that we do really appreciate the supporters who travel away, because we know it's difficult. We know they pay a lot of money to supporters and watchers, and we know the results need to be better, and they will be. But on Saturday is a perfect game for us against a tough opposition. But we'll be ready. We've prepared well this week, and we will do when the other lads come back from international. And again, St James's Park, it's always a special place to play against a big team, as you said before. But we'll be ready. We'll bounce back, and the results will turn for sure.
And finally, tonight you'll be in Marseille in the Champions League, because that's back again. How much are you enjoying the Champions League this time? You're in a great position. You've got more matches, and after a couple of games here at St James's, you're going to a place that will be where you will be really tested in that atmosphere in Marseille.
Yeah, and I think I prefer this format from the rest of the Champions League. And again, going to Marseille, I played there myself before. It's, they tried to make it intimidating, fans are, but I'm sure the supporters will be loving it out there. But yeah, the lads are looking forward to it. Many of the players have never played in that stadium before, so it'll be a great occasion, and hopefully we can carry on our success in the Champions League.
Yeah, another interesting bit from that presentation. Marseille. That is
interestingly. Sorry to interrupt, Gary. I just thought I would have a look and see where the Hall of Fame dinner was, because it used to be at the Civic Centre.
Yeah.
Which obviously you've got to book months, but it was at St James's Park.
Oh well, there you go.
It was in one of the streets at St James's Park, so they could have organised that overnight, I suppose.
The chat was when this is a yearly event, so it's an annual event. So
event.
They've just arranged it, something that they've had annually.
Absolutely, but they've just arranged it when they need to, type of situation. let's give everybody a bit.
It was hosted by Gabby Logan.
Logan, yeah, it was. Gabby Logan was there.
So that would take a bit of organising.
Indeed. Like I say, it's probably been on the cards for some time. These things aren't an overnight situation. What did you think of Kieran Trippier's words then? He was praising the boys for listening to the gaffer type of thing. We need to turn things round. He's held his hand up and said, results haven't been good, and he understands the frustration of fans. And we give 110%.
Yeah. That old 110, that old impossible 110%. The most sort of unusual thing that Kieran said, I think, was, if Tuchel rings us up, I'll be there. Even though he's retired.
Yeah. That wouldn't
He's
surprise
saying,
me
he's
at all.
saying, "Well, Dan, do it." And he's saying, "Well, if he can do it,
Yeah, it's a crazy
I would
one.
never turn the call down."
I mean, like I said, he couldn't even remember how long ago it was that he'd retired. He's got the same issue that I have. Well, I mean, all cheek with it though. I mean, he's a good captain. He's a good leader, and I think the young uns, for me, the young uns stepping up now to training while the lads are still out there on international work. Great experience for them. And he's the type of player I think that can shed a little bit of light on what to expect going forward, if any of them can make that decisive jump into the big
Be
league.
honest. Let's be honest. Which none of them are gonna get a chance under Eddie Howe. You know what I mean? He doesn't bed the youth through, does he? Really? He's not really going. These youngsters ain't gonna get an opportunity. Training's as far as it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Which is a good experience, but
That-
let's be honest. What's the chance of us seeing any of them in the first team, like getting a first team appearance? Slim to none, man. Slim to none.
If you noticed in my chat, I didn't say with us.
True. I like Trippier. Sorry, go on.
Go on, mate. No, crack on.
No, I was just gonna say, the one thing I took from is that he said that he's positive that the away form's gonna turn around, and it's good to hear. But judging what we've seen so far, I'm not so sure.
Talk is cheap.
Sure. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Andy, anything to add before we move on?
No, it was pretty Magnolia sort of answers, weren't they? Though, what you'd expect in midweek before a game. They're all really well media trained, so standard answers basically what you'd really expect them to say.
Yeah,
Just going back to the actual event itself, I didn't realise it's the Newcastle Foundation's largest annual fundraising event. So they've obviously been, selling £500 tables for long enough. So that speaks again. You said it was an annual event, but shows how far I am up in the northeast high society world. I didn't get an email inviting me.
I just read the chat, and there was a few people in the chat said annual event. I've heard of this before, but
it's the foundation's largest annual fundraising event, and I thought the foundation was funded by the club. I thought that was part of their work in the community venture.
They might charge for the tables, but then not take any money, just put everything on for free. So all the money from the tables goes to the foundation.
Yeah, but I thought the foundation was actually funded by the club.
I'm saying they might get some donations by doing that, sort of putting on an event and not charging for it as such.
Yeah. Good luck to them anyway. They do a great job on the
100%.
On the foundation side, for the community football in the community.
Yeah, I mean, I have to turn the tide a little bit because I was listening to you guys just before the lunchtime, and there's been an Opta discussion being thrown around, and I must admit, I thought, what, I have got to put this on because it's going to blow Wynn's frock up, this one. I'm going to put the big man on the screen, and according to Opta, this is now all over social media, if you like. Big Dan Burn, according to Opta, data across the last 5 UEFA World Cup qualifying campaigns, dating back to the 2010 World Cup, Burn is one of the most prolific passers of the ball. England's approach to play out from the back is dominate possession has been Burn's average, a whopping 116 successful passes per 90 minutes over the qualifying campaign. It was not only the highest of any player in UEFA's 26 World Cup qualifying, but the second highest ever behind Barcelona legend and Spanish legend Xavi. In another impressive and somewhat remarkable feather in the cap for the Geordie defender, Opta tweeted, across the last 5 UEFA World Cup qualifying campaigns, the most successful passes per 90 in a single campaign were 125 Xavi, 2014 qualifying, 116 Dan Burn, 26 qualifying, 114 Tony Cruz, 2018 qualifying, and in brackets, technicians. What do you think of that then, my mate?
That's my man. That's my man.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I keep telling you, man, use your eyes.
Wait. Have you seen how he plays for England and where he passes that ball?
5-yard
There's
passes
no
are as good as 50-yard passes, mate.
There is no way he can misplace a pass. There is no. I could get that number of passes for England the way he plays. Yeah, that safe option every time. Every time.
A bit like Botman, you mean? When he passes it to Burn.
Don't be silly. Let's not do this. But listen,
let's do this. Let's do this.
Let's add context. Yeah, Botman is one of our best progressive passers in the team. What are you talking about?
And what was the defence of Botman when I made exactly that point the other day? It was Botman doesn't try it himself because he's not good at it. He passes to somebody who can.
Botman doesn't do the long field passes across.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't do that.
Well, he does, but they never land.
Are you win? Let's please.
What was the last pass map we had up for Botman? Every long pass was a red one.
I'm not saying it's every time. I'm not saying that. Yeah, but he is very good at it. Yeah, he's good at it. Dan Burn doesn't even try it. Dan Burn does not even try it. He plays the safe option. I'm talking about England anyway, for safe every single time. That's why he's up there.
Well, what about for Newcastle?
He don't do it for Newcastle either.
He doesn't do it. Can you not remember? I don't know when it was. About one
game.
2 games ago. Beautiful ball down the wing. Beautiful ball.
Once every blue moon, I get it. Even a broken clock.
Same as Botman.
Yeah.
Same as Botman.
Gary, can I ask a quick question on that? That wasn't based on England, was it? That was based on his football career.
No, that's a World Cup, mate. That's
England World Cup qualifiers.
Just England games.
Yeah.
So he'd done 113 passes in 90 minutes.
116 per 90.
Exactly. Because he passed it back. Really
I remember after the cup final, Amrit and I were in Madeira celebrating, and Dan Burn got his first cap for England, which we watched in a beer hall in Madeira, and he was imperious. He was like Beckenbauer. We couldn't believe what we were seeing. He was absolutely outstanding. That, in fact, I think he got man of the match. Did he not?
For his debut.
On his debut, yeah.
Yeah, he got man of the match. He did get skinned a couple of times, but yeah, he did get man of the match. Though. He did play well. He played well.
He played fantastic.
He's been playing well.
He got skinned a couple. You couldn't resist. He got skinned a couple. Everybody gets skinned a couple of times.
I never said they didn't. I'm just pointing out the fact. He started off a bit shaky, but then he grew into the game and he was man of the match. Like I said, he's also been performing well at centre back. Like I said, all I'm saying is this stat, yeah, add context to it. Yeah, it's 5-yard passes that anybody could make.
When he's playing centre back, when he's not playing left back.
We know he's a liability left back, but that's not he doesn't play there for England. Yeah. He plays centre back. That's all I'm saying.
Well, but I'm comparing him as a centre back with Botman. I'm comparing England's current centre back with a would-be, wannabe Dutch centre back.
Wayne, that's more of a definition on England, not Botman. England's central defence. If we need Dan Burn in central defence, I'm sorry, but bring the 33-year-old in at this point of his career. And I love
Botman
Dan Burn.
Against Van Dijk.
Yeah, it says more about England than it. And who's Botman going up against?
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, probably the best defender in the world.
Come on.
There's another one.
Context, yeah, exactly. I mean,
Van Dijk plays right centre back. Botman plays left centre back.
And remember, Botman was due to go to the when he got his first cap, he got injured, didn't he? So he wasn't there. He couldn't make it.
And that was the point, as I've said. Botman, prior to the injury, Botman was absolutely sensational. And he's never been the same since the injury.
But he's still the centre-back pairing of him and Malik Chow is the best centre-back pairing that we have.
Well, so you see, I disagree with that.
I think it's like I said. I've put it on there simply because I thought it was context. Like you said, I think there's always going to be speculation when it comes to the type of passing this lad does, because it's true. You know, he's not the type of player that's going to be passing the 70-yard balls because he hasn't got in his locker. We've said before, you know, he'll hold his hand up and say, I ain't that type of player. He has passed the ball down the line to Anthony Gordon a couple of times and played some good balls out at left back, under a bit of duress, I suppose. But, you know, if you got a dog, you don't bark yourself. So it's like I said, for me, if you haven't got the ability, then give the ball 15 yards or so to somebody who has got the ability. It was just a fact. And like I say, I would always take that fact. I know, and that's why I put it on.
I want it. Email it to me immediately. So I can bring it out of my closet every time.
Yeah, you're going to put that on your...
Second only to Xavi. That'll do for me.
You can put that on your new mug.
Just to pick up on Win there as well, I'm sure Van Dijk is a left centre-back.
Did he play for Liverpool?
Bad.
Yeah.
He's left-footed.
No, he's right-footed, but he plays on the left.
He plays on the left side. He's like Mark Gay.
No, yeah, Konate plays on the other side for Liverpool.
Because Konate won't play left-sided. Doesn't feel comfortable, like a lot of them don't. And you look at Malik Chow, when he moved over to the left side of centre, it's like he'd always played there. Some players
can't even get in the squad, man.
Getting what squad? What, the
Dutch squad?
The Dutch squad, yeah. Some words of support went across to Elanga from the gaffer, according to some reports. Despite the winger failing to register a goal or assist since his move from Nottingham Forest and recently losing his spot to Jacob Murphy, Howe isn't worried. Howe said, Anthony is going to be a great player for this club. I've got no doubt about that. He stressed that some players need a little bit extra time and more support for that positive moment to suddenly kick off. Howe concluded he has no issue or worries with him, confirming Elanga has all the necessary attributes for success here. It sounds like Elanga has the full backing of the manager. Time and patience are the key words. So what do you think? Is Elanga just a goal away from hitting top gear? Win.
I haven't given up on him, totally. In fact, totally makes it sound worse than what it is. I still think he can come good. Despite I compared him to John Dal Thomason when he came, because he missed a sitter in the first 30 seconds of the game, of his first game, and it looked as though it just shattered his confidence, and he looked the plank the whole time he was playing for us. And I wonder if Elanga missing that sitter against Villa in the first couple of minutes of his debut, first game of the season, could that have shattered his confidence a bit? And again, it's different for him with not having he had his sort of breakthrough season last season, if you like, when he had the plank up front to aim for, which he hasn't got at Newcastle. Because, by the way, he has put some, he's got no assists to his name, but that's not necessarily his fault. He has put some good balls in, which haven't been converted because of our paucity and striking at the minute. So I haven't completely given up on him, because when you've got that lightning pace, which he definitely has got, It's a question of harnessing it properly and utilising it. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's wearing a headband as kryptonite to Gordon and Elanga. You could be right there. By the way, Toon Assassin, and I missed the one just before there. I'm not sure what it refers to, but it was no, not that one.
That one.
Yeah, mention Dan. Countdown started at 10. Win.
Boom. Yeah, as in 10.
Started
9,
10. Countdown
8,
then. What do you hear?
7. Then he goes,
Boom.
woo! Big Dan Burn. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've yet to see anything positive of the lad, and that sounds awful. I mean, he's had remember,
to be fair, you were
golden
never
clearance. There was it was a golden clearance from a shot from him, which was a certain goal. And I think, like I said, the lad just needs something to go off his elbow, his shoulder, his ear, just a deflection or something that he can count as his own. And I think maybe then he'll settle down a little bit. But at the minute, he reminds me like ASM to a degree. His legs work 30 times quicker than his mind does at the times, and he looks clumsy. He looks unorthodox. And like I say, for me, massive void of confidence, because even when he's taking on defenders, we know he hasn't got a skill set. He hasn't got the trickery to beat. He's never going to be a Yamal or anything like that. But he relies solely on pace. And like for me, against the likes of Man City, and again, I've not heard whether this lad, after he come away from the internationals because of personal issues, whether he's, there was no mention of whether he turned up for training or anything today. So is he going to be available against Man City? Because the way Man City press, he's the ideal type of player that will have that space behind to go and exploit. So maybe Man City could be the game for him to unlock, the next Messi. I don't know. Andy?
That doesn't seem, but for me, I don't think it's just Elanga's the problem. When we've brought these new players in, there doesn't seem to be any consistency or idea of how we're going to play them. Obviously, people are saying, we've got to let them settle down. We've got to learn to play Baltimore style of play and things like that. But as I say, we haven't seen any change. And I don't know whether we've just bought players or we've bought players for a system. Because to me, at the minute, it looks like we've just bought players. So we thought, we need a striker, we'll buy that one. We need a winger, we'll buy that one. And there doesn't seem to be much thought put into, do they fit into our style of play? Or the way we play? With
Elanga, I mean, we nearly bought him 12 months earlier. So, they've been watching him for long enough. And, of course, what they watched in the 12 months in between was very good.
But does he fit into our style of play, Win? And it's the same with like Baltimore. Great signing, great player, and he will be a great player for the town. But does he come straight in and fit into our style of play? No. And there doesn't seem to be an idea from Eddie on how he's going to set this team up. I mean, we're a quarter way in the season now, and there hasn't been any improvement. And to be honest, I don't think there's been any change. He hasn't changed things around up front. He hasn't. I mean, he's changed the players, but not the system at all.
So I think I've found the answer, guys. If you look here, for Forest, yeah,
wristbands.
He got wristbands on, and he's got 2 fingers in the air, right? For Newcastle, he's got a headband and only 1 finger in the air. I mean, come on, the answer's right in front of you. No, I'm being flippant.
And another bandage.
Now,
has he got something wrong with his wrists? This is the problem. What's he up to in his spare time?
That's what. Beep, 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 beep. We are literally, for me, I look back at and look at the 2 photos, right? Here at Forest. Do you look muscle bound to you? No.
Not particularly.
No. All the work that this lad was putting in right at the end of the season, And I mean, you saw all the work that he was doing at home.
Yeah, he was
for him.
flat
He was
out.
really going for it. He was like an athlete. And you look at him on here; it's not very. You can't really see it, but he's toned. He's toned massively from what you look at. I wonder whether a lot of emphasis has gone on to his body rather than his football ability. Shouldn't really affect him, if I'm honest with you. But like I said, it may change certain aspects of your game, especially when it comes to simple things like trapping a ball. It seems as though it would be easier these days to trap a little bit of wind because everything just seems to bounce away from him. He doesn't seem to have that ability to relax when the ball's at his feet. That's what I said. He looks awkward at the minute. Now, that could be purely, confidence. But it's certainly something that needs to change and change very quickly. But it's an
Toon
interesting...
Assassin saying if Gordon's out, try Barnes and Park instead of Elanga and Murphy. I think that's what he's saying there.
Yeah,
I would like to see. I would like to see Park given a chance in the first team.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I say, I thought
because he was the only bright spark in that pre-season.
I thought the door was ajar for him.
So did I.
If I'm honest with you, when I saw his pre-season, if you like, and I think this is what you were talking about previously, dude. And I think if memory serves me right, let me just put this up on the screen so I've got it for everybody to see. Oh, I don't know where I've put that now. It's there. Oh, there you go. Yeah, this is the guy that you guys were talking about. This is Russell Cushing. He was there from 1947 to 1925. Sad to hear his passing today. He was one of the directors, I believe. Boki reminded me, and thanks Connor, because Connor's got it in the chat. I hadn't seen this today, so all our condolences from here at NUFC Talk go to his family. And like I say, he was a good servant, according to what we can see there. So condolences. Apparently, he will be sadly missed.
I think some fans will remember him, Gary, by the "We're in Heaven, we got Keegan" quote when he signed as a player.
Signed us, yeah.
So he was the guy that said that.
Yeah, and fair play, mate. Like I say, it is. Like I say, these guys that stay with one club for a very long time are going away from being loyal to one club these days. They follow the money somewhat. But like I say, rest in peace. I hope, like I say, his family get over it quickly. I'm going to move on to the
Toon Assassin saying Barnes, Park, left wing, Elanga, Murphy, right wing, you old coot. So he's saying if Gordon is... You're not giving us much information there. No, you're saying if Gordon isn't fit, play Barnes or Park on the left wing, and Elanga or Murphy on the right wing. Well, he's definitely going to be doing that. He's definitely going to have one of those options.
Yeah,
it's all that's available to him. Okay, but thanks anyway to him.
Do you think there's any chance he'll put Park on the bench or not?
No.
What have the under-21s got on this week?
They've got the Euros, haven't they? Haven't they got... Because they've just played... Oh, God, it's gone out of my head. But I'm sure it's a Euros competition, isn't it, that they're in?
The under-17s are in the... Well, they're not now. They got knocked out the World Cup in Qatar.
That was the England under-17s. I'm on about Newcastle. The under-21s are playing in that European tournament, aren't they?
Oh, that's
at Whitley
the
Park.
European League thing.
Yeah. So
that wasn't just one match, was it not?
No, they're playing. I think it's four games.
Oh well, there you go.
Be a hell of a league.
Park didn't do much, according to Foxy. I only saw the highlights.
hell of a league if it was only one match, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't have. Yeah, there'd only be one winner. I'm sure we'll come up with some answers anyway. Like I say, we've all questioned going forward, and that leads me on to the second part of tonight's show, and we'll be back literally after this.
You are listening to NUFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army. Live daily on the website, on YouTube, and on every online radio directory. NUFC Talk, the voice of the Toon Army.
Right, so here you go. You can follow us across all of those platforms. It'd be great. Again, keep your lovely comments coming forward. And 0-0 versus Deportivo. There you go. Thanks, Connor. I knew we had somebody the other day. I don't know when the next game is though, Connor. If you've got
so
that
they're playing PSG on Friday.
It is. I thought it was.
Yeah, PSG, and then the next game's not till December, 20th of December.
Yeah. Newcastle owners.
So if you can guarantee if Park's playing on Friday, he won't be in the squad on Saturday.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't see any of the young uns being involved in Newcastle squad at all because of this competition. I think this will be one where the lads, we've heard Eddie and Andrews now are trying to look for loan deals for some of the under-21s to push them and develop them further. It sounds to me as though that's going to be the mantra going forward. There's been lots of news regarding Newcastle, Ross Wilson and everything else. And the multi-club model has been linked with potential feeder club acquisitions. And I believe one of the clubs that Newcastle seem to be looking at is Copenhagen. It's like South America, Europe, though, no specific deals have been finalised yet. Reports suggest that they are targeting clubs that can provide pathways for young talent into Newcastle's first team. And that was from the Boot Room. Obviously, the strategy, multi-club network ambitions since the Saudi investment in 21, they've studied dozens of potential takeover targets to act as sister clubs. Two specific markets. So obviously we've got the South American and we've got the Europe market. Like I say, I believe there's 5 feeder clubs that Newcastle are interested in taking. One of them I'm led to believe is Copenhagen. So obviously we've got links to South America now with a couple of players, and I believe there's a couple more coming our way, or potentially could come our way, I should say. But why Europe? Possibly Belgium, Portugal, Netherlands would allow Newcastle to sign young players and ease work permit issues at developing them in EU competitions. Reports indicate PIF set to concrete deadline in 2025 to secure at least 2 feeder clubs with a 1 billion earmark for expansion. When I read all these type of things, obviously we wouldn't have 2 European feeder clubs. You probably have 1 South American, 1 European. Again, with the work permits and everything else, it's so much easier to get them through the door when they're obviously in Europe. Is Newcastle's model changing? Because with this SCR, we were talking about this yesterday, everything that looks to me like Ross Wilson's change in his vision and everything else. And again, this has to take precedent, I think, now, especially on Friday, if it gets pushed through. I know there's going to be lots of clubs opposing the current system because they feel as though it belittles them as a club, especially the likes of Man City, who earn somewhere in the region of 800 million in revenue, when according to it, it's going to be 4.5 times the bottom clubs overall. So it's going to be somewhere in the region of 450 million. So if Man City earn 800 million off their own back, but they're only going to be limited to spend 450, you can understand why these clubs want to oppose it. But because Newcastle aren't there yet, I mean, we are nowhere near the big guns, and we won't be for some time. Because as we grow, they grow bigger with their commercial deals. So going on to this model now, having these feeder clubs, and obviously now we are being linked with several young players across Europe, several young players under 7. We've got an under 17 now coming from Ajax that seems to be linked with us. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. Jorthi Mokio.
Smith? Oh.
No, that's Jorthi Mokio, according to a journalist, Saka Tavolieri.
Yeah,
Ajax are hoping to convince a
got his
former
first-
Ghent
he got his
defender.
Got his first Belgian cap, eh?
Yeah, so
Full cap.
So he's one that's potentially going to come our way. I mean, like I say, has played over 50 games as a professional. He's only a 17-year-old kid. That's the difference, isn't it? With what we've seen with Eddie Howe, doesn't want to introduce any younguns into the side. But under this new guidance from Ross Wilson, it seems that's where they're going to earmark. They're going to earmark between, looks like 17, 18-year-olds through to 22, 23-year-olds. Is that going to convince Eddie Howe this model's going to work?
Well, you see,
his history?
I don't go along with this narrative that Eddie Howe won't play young'uns. I'm convinced if he thought they were good enough, he would play them.
Give him a chance to find good enough.
And there's none of them. Well, he gets all the reports off the you know, the under 21 stuff and everything. He's getting all of those.
But when he's been putting two keepers on the bench in the past, why not put a younger on the bench then? That's my argument. And why have Lascelles on the bench?
And my argument is if he doesn't think that if he doesn't think they're good enough, why would you bother?
He's never given them the chance. He's not given a single youngster a chance. Well, who was the last youngster that really came through and been a first team regular?
Well, the obvious answer is Maley, and he was forced into that. So
yeah. So and before that, Anderson, who never really got a chance.
Yeah. But no. Anderson played 58 times.
But how many as sub? You use this stat every time. How many of those were as a sub?
Because, well, I ask you the question: would you play Anderson in front of? But by the way, the argument whether you would play Anderson in front of Longstaff, which was the competition at the time,
yeah,
is a different argument. Adam Kay is saying Copenhagen is too proud to be a feeder club. Their fans will riot. We should look in France and Portugal.
That's an interesting
I've
one.
never heard about Danish fans rioting anywhere, by the way. But
No, we've got a couple of super chats in there, Win, if you want to throw them up.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right, mate. I'm just trying to see what I'm sure I said. I saw Copenhagen.
Was I saying surprised Atletico hasn't been raised as a topic? Has something happened that I don't know?
No, don't know.
Expand was I? What was the other one? Was it Toon Assassin, Barnes Park? I think we did that one.
I don't know. It was one of them that just come up anyway. We'll get to it in a second.
Well, does anybody that was as chairs weren't surprised Atletico hasn't been raised as a topic?
Yeah, that one from Toon, as we've said, and then there was this one as well from Toon. So Barnes Park left wing, Elanga Murphy right wing, Coots, and then it was. If Gordon's out, try Barnes and Park, Elanga and Murphy.
That was the one beforehand, and I said.
So, we've done them all now, I think.
Yeah, we've done them all.
Great. So, what's your thoughts on this then, Boki? I mean, do you think a feeder club is the right way for Newcastle now to try and get or drip feed players in? I mean, don't forget, it works both ways. It's an ideal opportunity because at this present moment in time, our loan agreements of our young players themselves going to other clubs haven't really worked in our favour. So having a feeder club there where you're more or less guaranteed time on the grass, does that not help and support the lads coming through? Because as D-Man's rightly said, I don't think it's the under-21s that this is going to be aimed at. I think the development at the minute is from under-18s because there's some really good lads there. Not mainly as a collective, but individually, I think you'll find 2 or 3 lads will work their way either into our team, or they'll definitely go elsewhere into somebody else's. Like I say, I don't think the dramatic change has happened at under 21s level from what was already here. It's Toon Assassin again. Multi-team thing, Maricanas, Forest, Olympiacos, Rio Avenue, Vasco da Gama. Could it work? How are Forest doing right now? Maybe work. There you go. I mean, like I say, there's twos and fro's from it. What's your thoughts, mate?
I don't think I think it's a good thing, maybe, well, definitely to have a feeder club in the South American League, because it's a market that we haven't dipped into at all, really. And having a permanent base there where people are watching game in, game out and seeing the talent coming through would be beneficial on that ground. And again, as you say, getting players taught up in the game over there. And again, one in Europe, people are saying, I don't think Copenhagen, but maybe, as I've said, a smaller Portuguese club or a smaller French club, then it can only be a positive. I think the big thing is to get a proper, decent loan manager into the club as well. So get somebody in who knows what they're doing and can manage the loans properly that we are sending out, and make sure when we are sending players out to clubs, it's to develop them. At the minute, it just seems to be a little bit of sort of, oh, we'll send them there because they may get some game time, or we'll send them there, they may get some game time. It's I think we need to be more proactive in the clubs that we're sending players to make sure they are going to play on a constant basis.
What jingle would? Because it's 9:30, isn't it?
NUFC Early Night News with Gary the Geordie Yum Yum, Andrew Bokey, and Derek the Mighty Wind. Weekdays from 7:30 p.m. UK, 1:30 p.m. USA.
NUFC Talk.
Oh, that jingle. Of course, mate. Yeah, you can do it. We've just got another super chat in. Let's do.
So it's Warren saying PIF are readying a takeover for Atletico. Wow,
Oh,
no,
I've
I've
not
seen
read
that
that.
anyway.
That was in the news a few weeks ago, I think it was, but I don't think anything came off it.
As I said, I had a quick check when you came on before, Warren, and all I could find out was Monday's news, which we did confirm, alleging that we were going to be back in for Conor Gallagher.
Atletico will be a hell of a feeder club forward.
Not all.
Yeah, not all.
But the problem there is, supposedly would both be in the Champions League, which are not allowed.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? And I did star one. Foxy had put up in the chat, and I think this is a good shout, mate, to be fair. We should be taking a partnership with the academy in Africa, like what the Dream Academy have with Nordersland. So many great options for feeder clubs around the world as well. There's some absolutely talented young African kids coming through now. And I think that would be an absolute, a gem of a little area to start with.
We just need to tap into foreign markets, like you said, not just European markets. You've got the African market, the Brazilian market, South American market. You look at Brighton. Brighton unearth some great talent from South America and get to, they play for them for a little bit, sell them off a premium price. We know the big guns, Chelsea, Man City, they do it and stuff like that. They've got feeder clubs and stuff, but it's a sign that we're moving with the times at the end of the day. We don't want to get left behind. But my problem, my worry is that everything that Newcastle tries to do, you get opposition. There's always someone that tries to put the brakes on it, the higher up, the bigger clubs, whoever it is, I don't know. But to me, like Boki said, we need a decent loan manager who's actually going to, scout these players properly, put them in proper places. If they're not going to play for us straight away, loan them to proper clubs so they get the experience or whatnot. And not wasting away on the bench or not getting game time at all.
Sorry to interrupt me. Could somebody, one of the mods, just remove Big Barry from the chat?
Oh, Big Barry, are you being naughty?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I can see what, yeah.
Okay, Barry.
Enough. Fair enough. But yeah, listen.
Thank you for that, mate.
If we get South American, maybe an African or and European team feeder club, that would be good. Again, how much opportunity would these young players get with us remains to be seen, but it'll be a sign that we're moving in the right direction, man.
Yeah, according to a fly on the wall, I've just had a little bit of an update on the Atletico Madrid. Last week, leading private equity firm Apollo completed a majority takeover of Atletico Madrid for 2.2 billion. Apollo claims its overall assets are worth a total of 690 billion, making Athletic the second richest club in Europe behind Newcastle, based on owner wealth at least 3 days ago. So there you go. They have already been taken over, so that's going to be long gone now.
And presumably no connection with PIF.
No connection, according to what I can see from a firm Apollo. Nothing at all.
So who owns Apollo?
No
what
idea.
Was it? What Apollo? Who?
It just says Apollo, private equity firm Apollo. So there you go. They've got that. I mean, according to reports, what they said, expect announcements soon about Brazil, Ecuador, and possibly a European club in a smaller league. So are they looking at the likes of the Danish leagues and things like that, where they can pick out some of the gems? These three clubs would act as talent incubators, apparently. Go on, mate.
If it does go through, is that the work of Ross Wilson, or is it people above him? Like, whose role and responsibility does that fall under? Actually, that initiative.
Yeah, well, we've heard PIF were interested. Was it last season or the season before? Wasn't they? There was a little. Literally, it was a brief announcement that came out that they were looking to be owners of another club, and it was South America. So it was definitely PIF led then. But like I said, for me, the difference now with Ross Wilson coming in, it seems as though they're earmarking a lot of younger players. And I mean younger players, not players that have had, a career type of thing. But they've all had first-team experience, even though they're very young players. So it looks like he is looking at players globally, mainly the South American market. And obviously he's looking across Europe. We've seen this lad from Ajax, and there's another couple that I know you lads mentioned this morning, Win. That was that one from Joel Ordonez. He seems to be another one that seems to be coming. He's an Ecuadorian from Club Bruges. He's a 21-year-old with 2 years left on his contract, and he's ready to replace Fabian Schär, because obviously they're still unsure of whether Fabian Schär will commit himself further, even though the club are favourable to give him another year. I think Fabian Schär obviously is looking to get a little bit more from that, because obviously he's coming towards the end of his career, really.
Was I saying PIF are involved, believe me. Well, Apollo Global Management are an American asset management firm which manages £840 billion worth of assets. And I'm currently just trying to find out who the major investors are.
We've just got somebody else in the chat that needs.
Yeah, I think it's the same. I think it's the same troll, mate. To be fair, I'm going to take the chat out of it. And again, apologies if that has offended anybody that's watching on YouTube. It's got nothing to do with us. They're just keyboard warriors, as always. Whatever you've got to say to me, if you can come and meet me somewhere, I'll be happy to talk to you. But don't put it on. Don't put it on there when I can't really do anything back to defend myself. Come and speak to me.
No, he's coming for bogey now.
Well, exactly. They're just keyboard warriors. I mean, I have no time for the kids. Not time for bed. You've got to get up for school tomorrow. For me, it's all about the vision of Newcastle now, and where this club is going. And I have made comments past, especially when we were talking about the SCR situation. Have we now got to become a club more of Brighton, looking for young talent that aren't priced, Premier League priced, and then sell if they're not going to flourish in the Premier League? Brighton did a really good job at that and still do an amazing job. You've already mentioned this, D-Man. Have Newcastle got to follow suit?
Well, we haven't got Tony Bloom.
You don't need him. You've got Ross Wilson.
No, but Tony Bloom, their owner, owns an American betting company which specialises in South American betting. for the Hispanics in the USA who want to bet on the Peruvian second division. So his odds setters are monitoring all of those games like hawks, so they can offer better odds than their American rivals who haven't got the info that he's got. So he's just completely, he's almost taken over the Hispanic betting market, football betting market in America.
Chelsea are enough talent as well.
I was going to say.
And the like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So why can't we?
Yeah, they go to Brighton and get it.
Our scouts,
Not always.
our scouts have got eyes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what's the problem?
Yeah, I mean, I do understand what Wynn's coming from, because they do use the advanced analytics heavily to identify undervalued players, and that's where Brighton have been able to cherry pick some of these players, because it does reduce risk, doesn't it? Instead of paying huge fees for names, they find younger talent in those less well-known leagues who fit their profile.
Is that where we have to be a bit braver? Because I know, not going back into the past, but when we had Minte and Anderson, we chose to keep hold of Gordon when we could have sold Gordon a good profit, kept Minte and Anderson, and then maybe sell one for bigger whatever. But they were good young players. But we need to be able to trust these players to do something, because there's no point in unearthing these talent if we're not going to use them. You know what I mean? I know our hand was forced a little bit, but maybe, well, in hindsight, we could have kept the two, sell one. You know what I mean? And we've been, who knows? Who knows? But are we? It's all good us getting these, this feeder club, these talents, whatever. But have we got the right manager to utilize, or the right setup to utilize these this young talent? I'm not so sure.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Now, I mean, you can spend all the money. I mean, there's critics out there about what Eddie Howe spent on players that just haven't performed, because we are obviously not using the same analytics. At the end of the day, these guys that under Tony Bloom's wing are using this system to cherry pick all of the players through analysis, broader analysis, and they're going not to the leagues that are on the screen all the time. They're going to teams that get very little commercial, footprint, if you like, regarding
coverage.
TV rights. So when they're picking up these players, not only are they making money, obviously through, I would imagine, side bets. I bet this player goes to this person type of thing, and then they'll feed Tony Bloom and his crew the word about the certain players and the potential of value. We have to just broaden our net, and the all of these analysts, and we were talking the other day, when you look at our system at this present moment in time, the money that Newcastle are supposedly putting into Wi-Fi, supposedly putting into our broadcasting network or something like that, it's still very poor. If they've got these guys, these so-called specialists that do all this data work, some of the feed that we get and try and work from is still really backward when it comes to going forward. So you have to ask yourself, as you quite rightly say, have we got the right personnel to pick the cherries off the tree before they're ripe? And, that's why I'm questioning where we start. Because if we are stepping to the side under this SCR, and again, it does make you wonder why Newcastle are in favour of this. And it looks like they've had a discussion. They've had a bit of a brainstorming session where behind the scenes, they've come to obviously some agreement of the type of talent that they're looking to go and, investigate. But how do they investigate? That's the big thing. How many times do you have to gamble with a certain player because he's got good credits in in Bruges, he's got great credits in Palmeiras, but unless he's got the right network to come to the Premier League like Brighton do, then are we just throwing good money after bad?
But again, we have recruited, in the last sort of 3 months, we've recruited data specialists.
I hate to do this, but when we recruit these younger lads, does that, when we were talking last night about the 70%, like that we can spend, do those lads go into that? So do their wages and the cost that we pay for them, are they included within that spend?
The wages are, but what you pay for them isn't.
Right. So you're not going to be
as long as they're under 18, I think it is. It's
So
women's and youth football don't come within PSL.
I mean, if you're bringing them in, you're not going to be paying.
But once they're 18, they do become part of it.
But the fee still doesn't.
But the fee still doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, in which case, it probably is worth taking a chance on a few youngins, isn't it? If it's not going to, all it's going to.
Well, but this is
on
what
very low wages.
Right. What Brighton do is they go and recruit these kids, and the ones that come through, they flog them for big money to Chelsea. What Chelsea do is they've got the football factory that just churns out players that they sell for 10s and 20 millions here, there and everywhere. And the money that they generate from them, they then go and buy the finished article from Brighton. After they've sifted through all the chaff and got the best ones into their first team. And they then go and spend a big money on the ones that are the finished article. And all their academy is, their academy, I'm sick of saying it, it's not, it's same as Man City's, it's not designed to produce players for the first team. It's a footballer factory that's designed to make money.
No, City.
And then the money that they make, they go and spend on the finished article.
Not Man City. Look at the young players that have come through Man City's academy. Yeah, there's a few now that play regularly. No, look at O'Reilly. Look at what's Rico Lewis, Phil Foden. You know what I mean? They've come through the academy. Yeah,
there's three.
Cole Palmer.
Exactly, Cole Palmer.
No, Cole Palmer came to play. He wanted to leave. He wanted to leave. They wanted him to stay. You know what I mean? So they do bred the youngsters. No one brings a truckload unless you're Man City, Man United from back in the day. No one brings like 5, 6, 7 at a time through. But City do. If you're good enough, you get to play. Chelsea's a different story. I get that, but City's completely different in my opinion. And it can be done, and that's what we need to do. If we're not going,
but we are.
But again, D-man, we are like. You know, we've got 15 years to. They were getting these players into the academy when they were 8 and 9 years old, and we are that far behind. We are getting.
Yeah, as long as I'm saying that's what we need to start doing. As long as we're doing
and we are doing it. I believe we are doing it, but it's just it's not a day long process. Chris is saying, "Well done, Gary. We don't need Bloom. Anybody can recruit, man." Like, we need a billionaire to watch games and recruit for us. Queenie, thank you, Queenie. We have all this analysis and data, so why are Newcastle United and all purposes in the position they are near the lower half of the Premier League table? Well, we have got all that analysis and data, but of course, these days, so has everybody else. It's who gets the best, and by all accounts, the kid we got with the 15-letter surname, what are they calling him? Sabi?
Yeah, something like that.
Sadu or something. He is the top of the tree. And if you watch his videos, by the way, when he's been doing conferences, he is the boy, by the way. Was I saying...
No, we're not going to go with that one.
Sorry,
thanks,
we're not going. Chelsea Youth has given 26 Prem debuts in the last 5 years. How many of them are there now?
But it doesn't matter though, mate. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter because you're putting him in the shop window, and that's why I think Newcastle have to go down the same way. But the problem is we are 10 to 15 years behind everybody else now. And that ain't... it ain't Eddie's fault. It ain't any of the Piff's fault. You know, this is a system that's not worked at Newcastle for as long as I can remember. We've had very few players come through our academy that have gone either on to be sold or have played. I mean, you know, the Gazas and stuff like that, a few and far between. So for me, it's a system that's failed miserably for decades. And like I say, all of a sudden now we're expecting to see gems coming our way, and it doesn't work that way.
But Gary, can I slightly disagree with you on that? I understand what you're saying, But in regards to that, Eddie and Piff have now been in place for 4 years, just over 4 years.
Yeah.
And this could have been brought in a lot earlier. And this isn't Eddie's fault, this is Piff's fault, so I'll say that now. They haven't set up the structure in the club properly from that time.
But I think if you think of what Mitchell's role was to get the girls and the academy going, right? Because I think when Amanda was on board, and again, you know, we are all a little bit lax in content.
Yeah.
Wynne said this morning, I think it was Wynne, about the training ground. You know, don't forget it wasn't that good. It wasn't Premier League standard. So Amanda and Piff, their main aim was to get cryos in there for player injuries, recovery, so we can start playing midweek games as well as weekend games back to back, because the player recovery time was important. So for the first 2 years, the training ground was the main thing. Then it was the women's team. They wanted the women's team up and running, with Amanda obviously being the forefront to get that going. Then obviously Mitchell came on board and started doing a lot of work with the juniors. So you're right. I think that this should have been an area that was targeted of Newcastle as soon as Piff come on board. I think it should have been a complete, assignment, if you like, for certain people to go, right, all of you analysts, go work on the junior section and try and find some good talent from the Northeast that will come and play for us. Because I'm sure there's wonder kids out there that just haven't had the opportunity yet. And the problem is, a lot of this is because parents these days just haven't got the time. Kids play Sunday football because they haven't got time because of work and other commitments to also do midweek things at other clubs. So there's a lot of kids. I remember having a young lad, I'm not going to mention his name. He was knee-high to a grasshopper. And his dad said to me, he said, I would love my kid to get a chance. And I says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll come and have a look at him. Mate, I'll tell you something now. This lad was something else. So I took him to Warsaw, and he had a couple of games, scored 1, assisted 2, did really well. They made him run up and down the field during the training. He was sick. He was vomiting and everything else because he'd not long had his dinner, because his parents didn't get home on time. There was a delay. They had dinner late. So they let him go because they said he wasn't fit enough. But this kid literally tore, I can't remember the team they played, tore them a new backside. He was just absolutely electric, really low centre of gravity. And that's the problem. I think sometimes when you're given the opportunity, things just go against you. I'm talking 30 years ago, so bless him now. He's probably semi-professional, or if not, if he has made the mark, get in touch if you're watching. But I'll tell you something now. There's some great young talent out there, and I'm sure the Northeast, because you haven't got many people around you, apart from Sunderland and the likes, up on that Northeast to go poaching. And it was a shock for me to think that you've only just gone into Scotland to have a look. You think of where you're on the border there, you're on the doorstep, and you've only literally last season gone and scouted Scotland. It's shocking, really, when you think about it. On that TT Exotic pack. Gary's on that TT Exotic pack.
Sean saying, don't say it's not Eddie Howe's fault, but you'll throw a fit.
I'll do a win and start throwing my arms about and just let the silences.
Surely PIF could just buy Africa and Brazil. Job lot.
Done it. Yeah, absolutely. Just get them in. Right, we're coming up to the last 35 minutes of the show. So what, we've talked about Ross Wilson, and the newspaper have come out with a bit of a spiel on him, and they say, like, internally, Newcastle know this. Insiders say that a big part of sporting director Ross Wilson's job is going to be evolving the transfer policy to one that balances short-term needs with the club's long-term goal of making an impact in the emerging markets, where calculated risk can unearth potential future stars. Now, again, this is if you look at the lads that we're being linked to now, it's obviously all coming from Ross Wilson. and there's been obviously a lot of to-in and fro-in between a lot of fans, a lot of fan groups, a lot of social media people saying that, we've gone through two DOFs now. Is it a fact that Eddie Howe and whoever's coming on board don't see eye to eye? It seems to me as though Ross Wilson has balanced the books a little bit between manager, Piff, and he seems a very pleasant guy. He seems very level-headed, doesn't speak out of place, doesn't obviously say it's my way or the highway. But when you look at some of the players that Ross Wilson seemed to be highlighting, the likes of Keith Smith, the 19-year-old AZ player, the midfielder, who's heavily fancied across a lot of European top clubs, is perhaps the sign of a shift in direction. It has a feel of a different sort of potential deal, a first overseas project player to book the trend of recent business. That's what they've just said. Is that Newcastle's focus now? It seems very much to me, and that's why I brought it up. Do we need to become more Brighton than Man City? Because, to try and become Man City, you need the money. Well, something has took that away from us. Doesn't matter how much money you've got in the bank, you can't use it. Now they talk about bringing SCR in. That now will not change where Newcastle need to be because, like I say, there'll be a limit across all the platforms. And until we grow commercially as a club, we need to make money elsewhere. Now, there's only two ways you can make money, and that's selling the likes of Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, the same as we sold Isaac, bring the money in, and then potentially go out there and buy players that can fill the void and take us forward. Hasn't really happened yet, has it? You've all gone quiet.
The next window will be very telling to see what direction we're going in, whether it's the emerging markets or whether we're going to continue to target Premier League based players. And you spoke about Ross Wilson, settling well. I'm not surprised given that was Eddie Howe's choice. He was part of the recruitment for it. He couldn't get on with Mitchell and some say Ashraf, but this one was one that he specifically approved. So there is no reason why they can't get along. And that's better for the club at the end of the day. If Eddie is going to be here long term, he needs to be getting on with the sporting director. They need to be working on the same hymn sheet.
But there's no friendship with these guys. They had a relationship when he was at Southampton and Eddie Howe was at Bournemouth. They talked to each other about player
He's not his
movements.
buddy. He's not his buddy.
Yeah, he's not a buddy.
Eddie, he was part of the recruitment of process. I think he even admitted that, but part of the recruitment process to get him on board, which, it's a good sign because there is no reason for them to fall out now. But like I said, it will be very interesting to see the January transfer window and especially next summer, what kind of player we target. I think the first two players that come through the door will tell us all we need to know. Is it going to be much of the same again? Or and also, like I said, if we have to sell a Sandro Tonali or a Bruno, is Eddie going to be brave enough to look to a younger talent, a bulk of younger players to come in, or is he going to try go again for a similar player, even not abroad, maybe a UK-based player, Premier League-based player to replace Tonali, to replace Bruno? So that's what I want to see what plays out in that respect.
Do you know what I think I'm going to find more interesting is what players leave, especially the older ones. So, likes of Shaw, but not Burn because Burn's got a longer contract, but Trippier, Kraft. These are type of players in the past that Eddie would have tried to keep hold of. And it's whether Wilson lets him do that or Wilson just says to him, no, these players are past the best. They've been great servants for the club, but at this point we'll say ta-ra to them and we'll bring in younger talent. So I think that'll be a big question around is Wilson in charge in regards to, he says, Eddie, I'm making the choice over who gets a new contract and who doesn't.
I mean, I think D-Man virtually has it spot on, if I'm honest with you though, bud. I think the next few, I think we've had some super chats.
Yeah, let's get these in.
You can get them in.
Toon Assassin, Premier debuts in the last 5 years from their youth setup: Man City 24, Liverpool 10, Arsenal 12, Spurs 10, Man U 20, Forest 13. Brighton 14, Newcastle 1 or 2, needs improvement. Well, that's not strictly true, actually, because there's more than 1 or 2, but that's by the by. That's because for
Miley
the
and
last
Anderson.
20 years, their academies have been a damn sight better than our academies been.
But we know more than the 1 or 2. You can think of Anderson, Maley. Murphy got, a little bit of a game.
No, Murphy's had a start. Neves played. What do they call it? Parkinson's played. Off the top of my head.
The Premier League?
Not in the Premier League.
That said Prem debut. So which one of them have played in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Miley and Anderson.
So he's right. There's 1 or 2.
I think there's maybe one more, but yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure. Not Parkinson's definitely played in the Prem.
Was it Parkinson or Murphy? One of them gave away a penalty, didn't they, in the league last season, the season before?
And Murphy gave away a pen.
Yeah.
Parkinson played up top. So they definitely have. But as I say, that's because the quality of youngster that we've been producing just isn't good enough compared to what Chelsea produced. Tino, you know what I mean? Anyway, Paul Morris is saying, us Toons just want to show support for the work you guys put into the show's content. Disappointed with the guys spies jumping into our chat. Up the Toons. Thank you very much, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Like I say, apologies to anybody that got upset with some of the verbalising that was going on in the chat. Nothing to do with us here at Talk TV. I mean, for me, like I say, everybody's got to play the role in this next few months. I mean, the January market is literally just around the corner. And I think, like I said, this next window, I mean, everybody talks about Anderson and Minte being, and I think that was yours, D-Man, when you said about, why did we sell Anderson? I mean, we've already heard Eddie say, hindsight's a wonderful thing. The trouble is, he must have seen what Anderson has been producing at Nottingham Forest on the training ground. Because this isn't just somebody who goes to another club and decides to play a different way. There's got to have been something that shines. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Winnie's right. Would you put Anderson in front of any of our three in the midfield? Well, you would do now, because I think J7's on the decline. But at the time, when we had Anderson, and J7 was really firing, he was that one that was blocking, he was doing all the rear guard action, if you like, box to box man. Now, we know Anderson's a different type of player, but what Eddie, if he'd have had that little bit of a backbone, and I'm going to say backbone, because sometimes until you give these lads an opportunity to go and play in the six, go and give him a go, and it may have been against a lesser side, say, maybe a cup competition or something like that, where it frees up the likes of our more gifted, more talented players, the likes of Toon Army, to go and play a little bit further forward. But I do think you will get the fruit off the trees a lot quicker. So for me, the Anderson and Minte business was something I didn't think Newcastle had an opportunity of moving away. I think you're right by the saying that they could have sold Gordon, but I think that was never a closed deal. Where I think the Minte and Anderson, because of the money that was going to be offered and the exchange of player, got both clubs out of jail, if you like. Where with Liverpool, it was more of an offer. Are you interested? We can send him for a medical, so he's clear. All we've got to do is sign the paperwork. Liverpool never actually said they agreed with it. It was just an offering. So I think at the 11th hour, what you'd have got from Liverpool would have been a really cheeky bid, because they knew Newcastle were desperate. I think when it come to Minte and Anderson, when they was in Nottingham Hotel, it was more of a case of, we know where you guys are going, but until we've signed the paperwork, we can't let you go yet. So there was still lots of talk and lots of wranglings going on at the 11th hour with both of them. And I'm sure Eddie Howe must be kicking himself every time he sees England play now. And he sees what is let go for £35 million. Because there ain't nobody you're going to get for £35 million that will touch Elliot Anderson at the minute. Unless you go to South America. Go on, mate.
Can I just address this? Because it's been thrown out the chat. Apparently, Ross Wilson's just a Eddie yes man. And he reckons he's been Eddie's pal. That there was no connection whatever between Ross Wilson and Eddie Howe, other than a conversation they had once. This is Eddie's own words. I had one conversation when he was at Bournemouth. He was Southampton. And the idea that he didn't even have to apply for the job, he got cherry-picked. He's here to negotiate for us, as if that's a bad thing. That's what happens in top jobs. You get cherry-picked. That because the people that are doing the picking go for the best. So that's what happens in all top jobs. You get cherry-picked.
Well, like I say, people are going to have opinions whichever way, you look at. I mean, I think the biggest problem for me is we lost really 2 goals. I mean, the lads are saying in the chat there, you've got to blame Eddie Howe for some of this because, we put Minte away on loan. Miggy Almiron took his place. They weren't going to drop Miggy Almiron, give him his debut just to see what he looks like. So they get rid of him to the Dutch leagues. So it's like a case of, well, we can still make him happy, we can still produce him, but away from Newcastle. So again, it's about giving the lads an opportunity. And we can all sit here and talk about it. But what Eddie's got to start doing now, if Ross Wilson's going in this direction and bringing these young, proven players that have played in their top divisions, then, Eddie has to give them an opportunity to play.
I've got no idea. I know that lad's mother, Mrs. Smiths. What a gal. Thanks, Wazza.
Absolutely. Let's do a couple of... have you started anything, Mighty?
I've started a few, yeah.
Go on, throw some in there. Let's get some chat going across the board, see what people are coming at us with.
We've got all Lynn Simpson, been a member for 2 months now. Well done, Lynn.
Thanks,
Kim,
Lynn.
No, is it Kim Cam that's been a member for 2 months? I don't know. And obviously he was referring to Louise at the press conferences. Obvious with her questions and digging nonsense. Gavin Fuller, Elanga with her Gordon counter-attacking. Eddie Howe wants to play possession, play out from the back with a keeper who can't kick, no number 10 striker, and he seemed puzzled with it. Very confusing. Foxy, we should be making a partnership. I think you read that one, didn't you? And Marco, Bruno could be our playmaker, or should be. And when I think about Bruno that way, it makes me believe it's Eddie's tactics that's holding the likes of Bruno back.
And I think that arcs back to maybe he's getting new coaching staff so that we are trying different things.
Like I say, I wouldn't be averse to getting a fresh face behind the scenes just to be able to not be immersed in what's been going on and just have a, bring them in and say, have a look at that and see what you think.
Fresh ideas.
But the worry with that is, I think if you put any fan in there that could tell Eddie what's been going wrong, he just hasn't fixed it, is the problem.
No,
anybody,
any fan could go in and tell them what they think's going wrong.
Well, no, we all know what. Well, we all have the same opinion on some things. Win. He's in-game management. He's reluctance to change things before a game. You know what? It doesn't take a brain surgeon to go in there and tell him what's going wrong. It just he isn't doing anything about it.
So well, I've asked you before. What would you do?
Sack him.
No. What would you do? You're saying any fan can go in and tell him what to do to fix everything. Go on, the floor's yours. You're the man. Tell everybody what you would do.
No, but I would never play Dan Burn at left back again. That would be a big no-no. I would be more than willing to put young players on the bench and I would be
That's
more.
not-
I would be
I'm
more.
talking about on the pitch.
No,
Pre-game.
this is all part of the match day squad thing I'm talking about, and I'd be more willing to change this formation at times. So he's got
To what?
Well, a 4-4-1-1 would probably be the thing at the minute I would go for.
And the 4-4-1-1 would be?
Would be, well, I don't want to name a full team. Hall left back, obviously, with the as we've got fit, Trips left, right back, Bruno, Botman and Chow in the central defence. Burn Barnes left midfield, Murphy right midfield, Bruno Tonali in the middle, Elanga and Wissa further forward, but them switching round and Elanga up front.
Tomorrow?
Elanga Waltemora, you mean?
Sorry, Elanga Baltimore.
Yeah. And so that's great what you've just said there. And supposing you didn't have Hall left back?
He's not fit.
He's not fit. Just assume, because this is what he's been playing with.
Well, you've only got Kraft then, haven't you, for this game?
So for the games
left
that
back.
for all the games that Burn's been playing left back, you would have played Kraft left back.
I would be willing to change that. I'm not saying don't do things. What I'm saying is change the team around. When was the last time he tried something different with the formation? The only thing he's ever done is dropped a central midfielder and put the back.
What you've done then effectively is drop J7 for Barnes.
Well, not because Barnes has been playing. There's been two wingers playing.
Well, Barnes has only been playing when Gordon hasn't.
I've dropped him for Elanga up front. So what I'm saying is, but I'm not saying this is a perfect solution. But what I'm saying is try different things. He doesn't try new formations. He doesn't try. He's set where having either three in central midfield or three in defence. Try it differently. Try something different.
Toon Assassin saying 2-0 man, 2-0 to Newcastle. Chow has Haaland in his pocket. Well, Chow doesn't need Haaland in his pocket because Burn has had him in his pocket every time he's played us, bar the first time.
Unfortunately, we haven't got Burn.
Haaland has scored in 9 attempts. Haaland scored 1 goal against us. We're Burn at centre back, by the
Look,
way.
we will have the Rolls Royce today and centre back for this game.
Aye, Dan Burn.
Let's see. I mean, it's all interesting. I mean, like I say, we are probably playing Man City at the fruits of the loom at the minute because they are flying. They've got lots of runners. I don't think it's just going to be either centre back that'll need to stop Man City. I think there's going to be a lot of midfielders, and I can just see it now. I can just see the 5-4-1, 4-5-1, low block. Break, lads, break! And it'll just be kick the ball. It'll be like I say, the John Smith's advert. Hoof it! Get rid of it.
Toon Assassin Burn's not even playing, man.
23% possession.
And that, hey, wouldn't that be interesting? Well, we're talking about this. It's more than actually that's it. My ideal result now is 4-3 to Newcastle with a Haaland hat-trick. Haaland scores a hat-trick when Burn isn't playing.
Yeah.
Do you know what my worry is with Burn not players, where them 116 passes are going to come from?
Yeah,
that's my worry as well. Because they'll not come from Botman.
Yeah, exactly. Just to finish this Ross Wilson thing, because like I say, I'm looking at the time, so just want to get through this last bit, because obviously there is money to spend. Insiders suggest, but the Isaac sale was no silver bullet at the end of the fretting around financial fair play. To put it bluntly, signing a 100 million England international like Anderson would likely require outgoings unless they have other levers to pull. What I didn't realise, though, is Steve Nixon. He's the one that's heading this network in Brazil. And recently they inquired about Vasco da Gama, the exciting the forward at Rayan. He has 12 goals in Brazil's Serie A and rated at 25 million by his club. Would Newcastle really take the risk? They have been close recently without fully taking the plunge. Last year, they engaged with representatives of Victor Reis, then of Palmeiras, River Plate, Franco Mustantino. I mean, he was one of my absolute standouts. I mean, I know he's gone to Real Madrid. I didn't really know that we'd gone and spoke to River Plate about Franco, because he's an outstanding player. And obviously, detailed sales pitch was made to both months before the elite European clubs joined the chase, and Rees in particular responded enthusiastically to Newcastle's overtures. Ultimately, the club's PSR worries, of which Howe is kept abreast in monthly meetings, scuppered both deals, and Manchester City and Real Madrid gazumped the black and white offers. But those close to negotiations also sensed other caution inside the club about offering the sort of first-team guarantees needed to persuade potential superstars the move to St James's Park. And that bit of this whole section is the bit that worries me about what Ross Wilson's trying to do and what Eddie Howe will be reluctant to do. Even if there is superstars. Yeah. If there is
was
superstars,
I saying, give me 2 of whatever assassin's drinking.
yeah, I would be as well. Quite happy. I mean, I'm going to finish this off. There's a thing. Oh, apparently, I've just had a thing. Yohan Wissa for Congo to World Cup. After failing to top their group, DR Congo have gone through the African playoffs, winning the semi-final and final in the Newcastle United striker's absence. That has given Yohan Wissa and DR Congo a place in the Interconfederation playoffs in March 2026. These are for non-European countries, and there are 2 places in the 26 World Cup finals up for grabs, with 6 countries competing for them. The draw takes place on Thursday, the 20th of November, and it starts at 12 noon. So it's going to be interesting to see what or who DR Congo face in those playoffs. And according to it, the Gordon deal fell through because we wanted Kwanzaa as part of the Liverpool deal for Anthony Gordon, and they refused to give us money and Kwanzaa. I don't know whether I would have had either, if I'm honest with you. I think we could have given a bag of Smarties would have been sufficed for Anthony Gordon.
Oh, got a battle of the drinkers going on here. Toon saying, was I you couldn't handle what I'm drinking?
But I've got to shoot off now.
Yeah.
See you later, D-Man.
D-Man, been lovely having you, buddy.
D-Man.
You take care of yourself. Send me love to Jeffo.
Yeah, we'll do.
Take care. Ta-ra, mate.
Ciao.
There you go. So a couple of minutes. I'm just going to... Adam saying that Karius is having an absolute ball at Schalke. He's not English, which is why he got removed. He seems to be having a lease of life at Schalke.
Well, Adam Kay came back at me before as well, saying, where was it? So, you'll all believe what I'm saying about Ross Wilson in a couple of years' time or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, like I say, you've got to give this lad a chance, if you like. I do think, this the way he's going, I think it's the right way. And that's what I said. It's been something, we needed somebody like
Everything
this.
sounds good.
But we needed somebody like this from the outset. Yeah. We didn't need somebody to come in and pick, has-beens type of players that have already achieved what they want. We need hungry players at Newcastle. And we've seen what that hunger can give you in a few flashes. And I think if you can go ahead and continue to get that type of player in and have a couple of years rather than 18 months or 12 months with another club, come back and get sold, that's great if you are big enough as a club to not need him. It's blooming typical, isn't it? As soon as you lose Minte, it's the space that becomes your entire setup that's required to try and do it. And unfortunately, the gamble of selling Minte and bringing Elanga in hasn't worked for Eddie. And I think it's all these little bits and pieces that start sending people onto that dark side. Go on, Boki.
I'll let him do the super chat first.
You want to bet assassin? Oh, wait a minute. The assassin came back with saying, "Was I? You couldn't handle what I'm drinking." And was I saying, "You want to bet assassin? Bring it on, dude."
I don't think that's a night out I want to
be open a book.
To be honest.
What's a night out I want to be on?
Do you think with Wilson, his job's going to become a lot easier when I'm not saying obviously you know what I think about Howe, but his job becomes a lot easier whenever Howe leaves, because they're not going to get a manager in and give them as much control as Howe has at the minute. I wouldn't have thought.
Well, presumably Ross Wilson's going to be picking him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So Ross Wilson picks the manager, but I don't think they're going to be sitting in every meeting about everything. I think a new manager, when they come in, is going to be probably more of a coach than a manager.
That's an interesting one.
Toon saying either visit me or me you, but I'm getting home. It's going to be a long journey from the UK to the States.
I think you might need to go into a virtual bar.
Yeah,
Get your Oculus headsets on.
Yeah, accurate. Look at you with your Oculus headsets. Have you got one?
I've had one for years.
Hey, is that what you do your steps with, isn't it? You walk in the park.
Yeah.
We'll not discuss what he uses it for.
Oh yeah, well that's for a different channel. Just coming up to the final couple of minutes before we hand over to the American mag and the lads this evening. Keith Hackett, obviously the former official who wore the referee's badge in honour, was dismissal versus Brentford as footage reanalysed of Burn being red carded. And he says, Burn had been booked earlier for a pull on Witera and was sent off in his third altercation with the Bees forward as he raced forward in the 73rd minute and was seemingly caught by the Newcastle defender as he entered the box. Speaking exclusively on the final whistle show, Hackett insisted that the Newcastle and England man should not have been given a red card and slammed the rules around not being able to appeal or review a second yellow card. He said, I have to say that when Dan Burn got his second yellow card, I really disagreed with that. I didn't think there was an offence. I thought there was a coming together, a natural coming together. I don't think there was a trip. I don't think there was a pull. And I think Burn was very unlucky to get a second yellow card. He goes on to say, go on, mate.
No, I was just going to ask, am I right in saying that if they'd reviewed the penalty, they couldn't then have sent him off if he didn't give the penalty? If they reversed the penalty decision,
because it was still a second yellow card, I suppose. If he thought, because the question was, and the only question would have been, was it inside or outside the box on contact?
But I'm saying if in which case, take this incident slightly out of the question. If a player brings a player down in the box, but it's found that he has won the ball, but the referees give him the second yellow card, does the second yellow card get rescinded at that point?
Well, no. If they go and say that they're not going, because everything gets checked these days, and if they then go and say, well, the contact was, it was minimal, it was a coming together, like Keith Hackett's saying, then the yellow card would have been overturned. So he would have just been on the first yellow card, because obviously he's given it for an infringement from what he saw from behind the play. And then obviously they have all the angles and they still agreed with the on-field decision.
I still think Dan Burn should have threw his arms up and been complaining about that decision.
He did take it lightly. I agree with you. Because I didn't think that decision was made. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
Well, I thought the first one was worse than the second one, but that's by the by. I'll meet you in the middle, assassin, in Blytheshire. Well, the middle would be the Middle Atlantic Ocean, was it?
There is a little island there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called Island. No. He does go on to say, of course, yellow cards, you can't appeal at the moment. And I think that itself is a total and utter injustice that I have been screaming about for years now. I'm glad to say that EFAB are looking to whether, in fact, to bring an appeal on the second yellow cards. If they do that, then it'll be a good move. Hackett spoke exclusively at the time of the decision about the change of the International Football Association Board, IFAB, must make to reduce the unfairness around decisions like the one that saw Burn sent off and to now miss the upcoming game against Man City. He said, it's not a foul. Instead, Burn is wrongly given a second yellow card. It highlights the unfairness in the game when a club is not allowed to appeal an incorrect second card. So there you go. It's
And Toon Assassin is saying, I'm in Vegas. Live isn't in the middle.
So, sorry, but just to go back on that point, then wouldn't have, if there had been a VAR challenge, and he had that said it isn't a penalty because it wasn't a bad challenge, then the yellow card would have automatically been overturned anyway. So this whole situation would have gone if, as I say, we probably made more of a fact of the issue and VAR checked it properly.
Hey, have you seen what Janow's put there? That's oh, let's put it up.
Dan Burn was shocked thinking he actually managed to grab someone. He's been trying all season to grab someone without previous success.
And you're right though, because
I was saying that, the interview that Walter Marder did with ESPN.
Yeah.
Did you see that video? And when they kept on putting the stills, every still they put up of Walter Marder's pulling the shirt of the defender.
Yeah, it doesn't give him any justice whatsoever, does it?
Handful of shirt.
Yeah. Listen, we've got a couple of minutes before we finish. And you talk about ESPN. Did you see the list of flops that they put out? Now, it was really interesting to think that Walter Marder had this interview with ESPN. And he was third on their Newcastle flop list.
Wow. If he's a flop, give me some more flops.
Well, I tell you, Elanga wasn't even on the list, believe it or not.
Well,
I mean, it makes you wonder what these people see.
Says
what they're
it all,
watching.
doesn't it?
I mean, I did, because I told you I hadn't watched any international games that wasn't England because we did the watch-along. So I've revisited. And what I've come to notice was, especially the German squad, they've got some players in their side. And I know like the likes of Wirtz plays on the left of the three when you go up. So he's not the man. I mean, that's his favourite position, apparently. Liverpool want to play him in the 10. He really likes to play out on that left-hand side. But, for me, the one player that stood out of everybody was Walter Marder. It seems as though everybody in that white shirt, the German national shirt, singled out Walter Marder as that lead ball to get to. When they progress the ball, let's get it to Walter Marder and then work off him. And what also made me look at the way Newcastle need to change, and I'm sure Eddie Howe, if he hasn't, he should get all his analysts and everybody else watching those international games. Because if Eddie Howe sets up anything like that, you will see a different Walter Marder player. That 4-2-3-1 system with Walter Marder dropping off, and then you've got the likes of Gnabry running on, everybody else. Who's that lad who plays the number 8 for them? I can't think of his name now. It's gone straight from my head. It'll come to me in a second. For Germany, Goretzka. When you look at Pavlovic, who sit behind, and Goretzka, every time Walter Marder drops beyond Gnabry into that centre circle, it allows Goretzka to go on and play in Gnabry's position. Gnabry then goes and plays Walter Marder's position. Sane and Wirtz stay out wide, and it just spreads the play. And there's an out ball in every situation. And even that was against a low block as well. Luxembourg didn't want to play forward. They wanted to defend. They wanted to defend low. But the way the movement was from that German team, it was only going to be a matter of time before that killer ball, that decisive ball went through. But for me, when you look at the like of Musiala, Wirtz, Goretzka, and all these players, I mean, I know Musiala wasn't playing, but they've got a lot of ball-playing skill, these individuals. Wirtz is the second highest Premier League paid player and still didn't dictate the German national side. It was Walter Marder, and he comes back with 2 goals. And you think to yourself, the system works. Why can't Eddie see that?
Anyway, to finish up with Wazza is saying geography has never been a strong point, Assassin.
Absolutely. Like I say, guys, stay with us. The lads are just starting to join. The show is going to be coming your way
right now.
Oh, me lads.
Opinionated debates. The NUFC Late Night Show with Chris the American Man, Derek the Matey Win, Rory Caviani, and the rest of the panel, Monday through Thursday from 9:30 p.m. UK and UFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Late Night Show, 9:30 in the UK with Roy Jefferson and the Mighty Win. We are back right now, ladies and gentlemen. It is freezing in England, man. I worry for y'all. It is knackering in the United Kingdom. Although in Newcastle, it's a bit snowy, icy, slushy. The Mighty Win wouldn't know anything anyway because he doesn't get out. He ain't got a clue. He hasn't had to work. He's lazy, living off cuppers, frozen spaghetti. But anyways, you're still there.
He doesn't need to go out. His neighbor comes over.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, yeah.
She keeps him warm and he keeps her warm.
That is right. By the way, Win, you got something to say about that, or you will plead to the fifth?
I'm just going to freewheel and let you get on.
She's sitting behind the table, man.
Oh, don't do it. She is waiting there. By the way, I do want to say, I want to show you guys this because this is unbelievable. Earlier today, we got a phone now. We got to put Mighty Win's phone number on there, and everybody calls the number. And earlier today, we had a nuclear call, man. It was unbelievable. The ultra happy clapper, Mr. Jamie, called us from. Did it say Tynemouth? Or yeah,
shops in Whitley Bay.
Whitley Bay. Never mind. So Whitley Bay, it was great. And he coming at me, he defending Mighty Win. He's got his fans out there. So let's take a listen. Earlier today, what happened? And you can call us right now as well. And you can call us after this video, and we'll answer. We'll get your calls in 0191-916-8863. This is what happened earlier today. Let us take a look. We got a phone call here, ladies and gents. Vapors Lounge. Welcome. How you doing? What's your name, mate?
Hello, Jamie. I've just phoned up to tell you to stop picking on Win.
Oh my God! First of all, are you from Newcastle?
Are you from happy clappers?
Yeah,
happy clappers.
Are you a happy clapper? Are you officially?
I'm a happy clapper. I love Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe's the boss.
But listen. What did I say in this show in particular? You met
with me son the last time you were in Newcastle.
Me?
And
who's your son, Jamie?
And he tell you I didn't like you because you always put Wilden in jail.
Oh, I remember that, but I remember his face now. But I do remember somebody telling me that.
You met me son.
Yeah, I think I may
Who's
have,
your son?
Yeah.
What do you call your son?
Jamie.
Well, Jamie, but listen, in this show in particular, this show right here, what did I say that was wrong about to win? In this show you've been watching, he says that we can win the Champions League. You agree with that?
You just talk from the 90s onwards. Newcastle, we've got a long history, man.
Not even 90s, to be honest.
Us used to climb over that wall, man. Not wait for a ticket. We used to climb over the wall, man. And Porky's a marking. What's his name?
Porky
Pie. He's a mackin' him. He's a mackin'. He's a proper mackin' there.
But Jamie, win today. He said we can win the Champions League. Surely you don't believe it.
And I agree with Win. I agree with Win. Hey, up the Win. Champions League winners. Hey.
But I mean, you gotta admit that's fine. That you can believe that, you can think that. I don't have an issue with that. But to use that as an argument with somebody that anything can happen, we can beat the Champions League. It's not really realistic, man. You come on now.
We beat every top club in England to win the cup last time, didn't we?
Yeah,
so then top team that we won to get the cup. We're going to win then we can win then again in the Champions League. Well, in the top 8, aren't they? Yes, man, we're not talking soccer, we're talking football, man.
Yeah, I know, but listen, I understand we're talking football. I'm with you on that. But talking about football, you gotta know you gotta go face Bayern Munich, you gotta face Real Madrid, you gotta face Barcelona, you gotta face PSG, you gotta face.
No, we don't.
You've only got. You mentioned 5 of them. Who else in Europe coming up? There's only 5 of them.
Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool might get there, Arsenal might get there, Man City might get there. Inter Milan. Those are proper teams, man.
We'll beat all those 3 in the run to the Carabao Cup.
Big Dan Burns had a score header against all of them. Bang! Big Dan Burns. Get Botman sacked. Put Botman on the bench and get Dan Burns back in.
So you want Burn instead of...
I want Longstaff back, man. I want Longstaff. Man. He's supposed to be number 6, but he's in a straight line. Tell him to drop back one. Tell him to take a step back, like Longstaff. That's why we can't get away with wins, man. Longstaff done the donkey work. Now these Brazilians and this Italian, they're not David donkey work, man.
Sure, Jamie, you cannot be saying. Surely you don't think that, man.
I'm serious, man. I'm serious.
You just between you and I, we're not live anymore. We shut the show down. You're taking the pee out of me, aren't you? Come on.
No, I'm not. Longstaff's a man, right, from North Shields. Dan Burns from Blythe. Lewis
what do we do? This is like
be the next man, but Eddie's not giving him a chance. Drop Toon Army and get Lewis Maley in. Then we might have a win. We might have a way. We might have a way to win away from home.
Hang on, Jimmy.
Instead of just all the little fancy men.
Jamie, even I'm going to have to draw the line at that one, dropping Toon Army for Maley, man.
Why not win? You're supposed to be a Geordie.
I'm not supposed to be a Geordie. I am a Geordie.
Tell Toon Army to do what he's told and sit back in the number 6 and try to, instead of trying to do everybody else's job for him. And I would have Fabian Shaw back in my side, right, to see some of them lovely wonder goals. You know, instead of this.
Instead of who?
Chow. Well, what's his name? Chow. No, one of these games of Chow, man.
This is unbelievable.
But they're not doing out together, man. Fabian for £3 million, man. Or we're going to buy somebody for 80 and 60 million, stick him in, say he's better than him because he's got a better touch in him. Let us see if you can put it in the top corner against Paris Saint-Germain.
He's living in the past, man. Corey D super chatting here.
The past was only last year. You didn't even want to live in the past. You want to live from the 90s.
But listen, Corey D sending the super chat. Thank you, Corey. Says that how much did the win pay this bloke for the call? How much did the win slide you to make this call and take the pee out of me, man?
Win doesn't have the peers now. I'll buy Win a pint when I see him.
I look forward to.
Oh my God! What the heck that was Jamie? That was criminal, man. He went.
Oh man, jail.
I tell
because you got a super chat from Toon Assassin says just to show Jamie up, we put Win in jail. Jail for Win.
If I didn't know you guys, I would have thought that was a hired actor by Win.
I know. That was crazy, man. Yeah, but listen, we appreciate Jamie. Oh, there's more than that, man. It's like an infectious disease, man. I'm telling you, they're spreading like wildfire. And listen, we appreciate Jamie. Jamie, very passionate Newcastle fan. But I mean, he went nuclear for no reason. This man here said that we can win the Champions League earlier today. I mean, it's not necessary to do all that, you know. It's not necessary to do.
Mate. Absolutely off his rocker.
Why can we not win the Champions League?
Why? Because 10 teams are miles better than us.
But you're not going to play all 10 teams. You're going to play each other.
The first one we'll play is going to knock us out.
Well, the first one we'll play could be PSV or somebody.
Round of 16. If we go through that, we'll
right. So then we're in the quarterfinals, and then we've got one game against, let's say, just for example, PSG. So we'll beat them 4-1, and then we draw 1-1 away. So we'll beat them, and then let's see it in the final.
You're being delusional, man. There's no way that's going to happen.
That's what I thought about Iran, and that's what I said about Iran before the last World Cup. So then first game, England, 6-2. Then they beat Wales, and I thought, there you go, beat the European teams. USA beat them. Bloody USA, they can't play football, man.
Oh man, listen.
And then they were out. Oh, that was me saying our semi-final.
Queenie's saying, I thought I was unwell on Monday until I heard that. Now it shows it's spreading all over the country.
It certainly is, man. It certainly is. But listen, I love the passion. But it's just not going. I mean, unfortunately, we're not going to win the Champions League. But there's a lot of people that believe like Jamie, like Win. Although Win didn't even go that far, saying take Tonali off for Lewis Miley.
No, I thought that was a bridge too far.
Jamie wants old Geordies. However, ladies and gents, Betsy did a hard work because when I went to Newcastle, I wanted to know who this guy was. Well, but it wasn't this guy. This was his son. We took a picture with right there outside of the turnstiles. It was his son. This is a crazy story because, by the way, I'm not that short in real life. Win is just stepping on something. So he looks taller.
I'm leaning over to make you look bigger.
No, but that's
about the same height.
That's crazy, exactly. That's Jamie Jr. right there, the son of the caller. And it was funny because he was behind us, and obviously we have American accents. Me and Betsy were talking, and I overheard him and another lad, older guy, but it wasn't his dad though, talking about, it seems like it's these Americans' first game or whatever. It was our first game. And so I turned around and greeted him, of course, and shook his hand. And I told him, hey, listen, if you're a Newcastle fan, well, you're a Newcastle fan, but you subscribe to the channel. I was telling him about it, just to subscribe if he was interested. And he said, I watched this other channel as well, where where there's this American guy that jails this old guy all the time, and he puts him in jail all the time, and I was like, that's us, man. He said, really? That was yours. And he said, yeah, my dad doesn't like you at all because you keep, getting on Wynn's case. So but that was the story, and we've told it before many times. But then, would you look at that? The caller calls in, Jamie's dad, or Jamie as well.
I hope he's watching. I hope you're watching, Jamie. If you're watching the night, get in the chat and let me know, mate.
Let us know. Let us know what it is. But yeah, what a story. But I'm telling you, it's spreading like wildfire. The happy clappers, man, are on steroids at the moment. It seems like in tougher times, it's just that they get something goes about. It's like how what is the upgraded version of COVID? What is that called?
Swine flu.
Oh, the
flu. No, the Omicron.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't think it's that though. It's similar to it, like something like that. Well, that's what they got right now. It's all happy clappers on steroid, man. But cheers, Jamie. That's Jamie's son right there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Of course, don't forget to smash that like button. We got to give you the headlines though, folks, of tonight. Keith Downey spoke. Did you guys touch on a player for Newcastle that could play for Scotland? Did you guys touch on that earlier? Okay, well, I'll touch on that. Be quiet, man. You just screw up the damn headlines. The build-up of the show. Keith Downey spoke with him, and we'll see what Barnes had to say about this particular case. He also updated folks on certain players, so we'll touch on that. Micah Richards settles the England debate between Lewis Hall and Skelly. What Skelly is it? What is it? What's the? It's a hyphenated name. Skelly
Lewis
what?
Skelly.
Miles
Lewis
Skelly, right?
Miles. Oh, I knew. Yeah. I didn't want to say Lewis because Lewis Hall, but okay, Lewis Skelly. And we'll talk about, of course, the Manchester United and Newcastle Man City build up the game coming up on the weekend. We'll take a look at the Premier League form table with the last 6 games, I believe, or 5 games of every Premier League team. How are we compared to the rest of the league? And we will definitely, I'm assuming we'll spend a moment in that. Liverpool legend bites back at Newcastle United fans over the Isak situation. I thought that was done and dusted, but we'll talk about that, of course. Somewhat of a cult hero responds to Jamie Carragher saying that Eddie Howe is unappreciated and he's done enough, really. He should go to England, basically. We'll talk about that, and we'll update you on other pieces of news out there. So we'll keep you updated. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Super chat if you can. This is NUFC Talk.
You are listening to NUFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army. Live daily on the website, on YouTube, and on every online radio directory. NUFC Talk, the voice of the Toon Army.
All right, lads. Let's settle down and let's talk about what we got to talk about, shall we? How are you, fellas? By the way, we're having
all good. All
rude,
good. I was pepped up this morning after Jamie coming on.
Oh man, Jamie, he's 1K. But listen, we love Jamie, man. We love Jamie on the channel. Phone in right now. Have your say. 0191-916-8863. You can call us. Have your say for a brief second.
Just
yeah, man.
I realised 3 out of 4 of us are bald, right? I don't know, but I'm freezing my bollocks.
Oh, I got.
Have you been doing with this? Because I've had my hat on most of the day.
Win never puts a hat on.
Never ever wear a hat.
never puts a hat on.
He's a tough northern bastard, isn't he?
I know, man.
He lives north of the wall.
Have you seen the women?
No complaints there, mate.
There you go. We do got a caller though. Quickly before we get onto the topics. How's it going, mate? Welcome. Where are you calling from?
Hi. I'm calling from Newcastle.
If you can turn your TV down a bit because we're getting the feedback and it's looping. It's looping. How's it going? Is that Jordan?
Sounds like
it. Certainly is.
Jordan, how's it going, brother? You alright?
How you doing?
We're doing great, mate. How are you doing over there? Freezing cold in Newcastle, aren't you?
Absolutely freezing cold.
Win says it's not cold though. You know, he tries to act tough on live in the live show. He doesn't get out of the house. Of course, he's never going to be cold. But it's knackering, isn't it? Over there in the Toon right now. So, what do you want to say, mate?
I'm just looking forward to the weekend. Really, I want 3 points against Man City. I mean, the last game I watched, it was pretty bad, to be honest.
Yeah, sure.
But, you know, I think a lot of people understand Eddie Howe a lot better now.
Well, I don't.
Well, I know you don't, but it's, I mean, obviously, Tino Lifonento's still out. So we're going to have to sort left back out. I know Dan Burns always wanted to play left back for Newcastle.
Right.
And I think the thing is, I think we just need the 3 points at the weekend, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, a win in the Champions League, and then that'll be it.
Well, I don't think we're going to get any points this weekend. I said 1-1 in my prediction because I just want to be nice, but I mean, it's going to be extremely tough, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, it's good to be hopeful, and it's good to wish for those 3 points, of course, and we'll see what happens. You know, hopefully so.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get it done. Anyway, Jordan, thank you very much for calling us, mate. Go on. Sorry, go ahead.
Thanks. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Have a good one.
Cheers,
Jordan. That was Jordan from the Toon. Jordan in the Toon, ladies and gents. Just to give you a brief, this is Newcastle right now. I mean, knackered. I mean, it just. What about the snow though? The snow melts quick. It'll melt quickly though. It's not going to stick.
Webcam. This is Newcastle right now.
You're gonna show the birds, man. You're gonna show the birds. They be careful when you show the birds, man. Be careful. Be careful. Hey, that's why Newcastle is a proper city to party, baby. There's a proper city to come party. But anyways, they're not cold.
Louis, Chris? Is it like that in St. Louis?
Oh, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. But, you know, not that I know of because I'm a married man. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with me, man. But anyway, so Give us a call, ladies and gents, if you want to have your say. 0191-916-8863. Have your say. Let's get into it. First of all, I shed a tear today. I cried. You want to know why? I shed a tear, man. I went back to say, what is this Scotland game that everybody's talking about, man? Fucking. So I'm gonna just go and watch the highlights. Man, I shed a tear. One though. I'm not two. Just one tear. That's it. I mean, so. But the Scots, they got a fan now. Us against the world, baby. Us against England. We're gonna get that land back. Don't worry, we're gonna get that land back. And hopefully us, because I'm a Scot now. We meet against England in the World Cup, and we will blast you. I mean, unbelievable, man. Watch those highlights, man. It will make a grown man cry. First of all, that McTominay goal. Did you guys watch the highlights?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing until the last.
Well, you did.
We came on the show though at the end. So
yeah, that's right. That McTominay goal was sickening, man. Sickening. I mean, and you thought that would have been it, but no. I mean, obviously Scotland had to make it hard for him, a bit like Newcastle, to be honest, on everything. And at the end, though, wow, what a goal! What a goal by that kid. I think it's what's his name now? I think it was with the nail, no. What's his name now?
From halfway line.
Yeah, well, no. That's the last one, but not there. That didn't matter really. But we're talking about the third one, yeah. And I mean the fans.
Celtic, I think, didn't he?
The fans were unbelievable. That's the only moment in Scotland where Celtic and Ranger fans could hug each other and cry for Scotland. Wynn is not bothered because he hates Scotland. He hates Scotland.
Celtic. Well, Ian Fleming will probably tell us I'm wrong, but Celtic fans, by and large, support Ireland, not England, and not Scotland.
Yeah. Nah, man. No, there's a lot. Don't generalize. There's a lot. I'm sure Celtic fans that support Scotland.
Yeah. Kieran Tierney. That's him.
Tell you. There you go. That's
our Teta for you. He let his best fullback go.
Yeah. I mean, it was what a game though, to be honest. And the passion in the fans. It reminded me a lot of Newcastle, to be honest with you. It did. I mean, it was. I'm gonna tell you this right to your face, and you may not care. Roy, you're English. Jefferson, you're English. Mighty Win, you're English. Although you want to be German.
All for me.
No. Hold on though. When you're English, but you want to be German, so I'm not 100% how that correlates. But you do want to be.
I was born in Germany.
But and you're a traitor even then. So now, but that passion from the Scots, I ain't seen that in England since Beckham. Since Beckham played. So there's something wrong with you. So have a huddle, get together, set up a group chat on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and fix that problem, because that atmosphere compared to your atmosphere is rubbish compared to what the Scottish men did yesterday. They were bouncing up and down like nobody's business, and they were far away, by the way. It looked like they were playing at West Ham. They were far. Where were they playing at yesterday? Whose stadium is that? Is that the National Stadium of Scotland? Well, I mean, wherever it was, they were far away. They should have played at a closer atmosphere. I mean, but those fans were unbelievable. I mean, I'm telling you.
Because some of those players were not even born the last time Scotland qualified to the World Cup.
No doubt. That's why it was historic. But Wynn, of course.
It was 98, yeah.
27 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Wynn, of course, talking about it's not historic, blah 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 blah. Of course, it's historic.
A great World Cup, that one.
Yeah,
it's like Newcastle winning the Carabao Cup, man. It's historic.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
We'll remember that in 25 years when we haven't won.
Yeah, well, hopefully, we'll remember. That's when the curse got broken. But hopefully, that's not all we remember. Hopefully, we win more. So.
I'm hoping we're not still here in 2043 and talking about the Carabao Cup.
And about that, before we move on to Man City, Keith Downey said that he was on the way down to Newcastle. He had an interview with Harvey Barnes, who has Scottish heritage, grandparents, so he can play for Scotland. He can also play for England. And to be honest, I don't know why Scotland haven't done more about it, because I think he's a great player. And listen, you can persuade him with the World Cup, and once he's in, he can't go. anywhere. Oh, he has to play 3 games, of course. In England, doesn't seem like they're bothered about it. But he did say Harvey Barnes is not something I've really spoken about or put thought into recently. There's always been talk about it. In a while ago, there was bits and bobs about it, but recently it's not cropped up. It was great to see them win and get through last night. It was a crazy game, and I'm sure everyone in Scotland enjoyed themselves. Is it closed off? No, of course not. It's not. I've obviously played for England, and I know the eligibility side of it is still there, so it's hard to say either way. But there's been no real chats or progression in that sense. So Keith Downey understands that Barnes and Steve Clark, the manager now, spoke a few years ago when Barnes was at Leicester, but there's been no approach since. So he's 27 years old. He could play for Scotland. It's weird, though, because you would think Scotland would be all over him. Wouldn't you? But they're not.
From what I saw yesterday, I don't think they need him.
Nah, you can never say that, though. You can never say that either. I'm Scottish now, but you can't just say that because we're knackered in the squad.
Yeah,
man.
they look like a unit, and they have players from the Championship, and they just look like a unit. I think he's gonna ruin it if he joins.
No, you can't say ruin it, man. We need squad depth, man.
They look like a full complete piece of puzzle, and it's complete. They don't need
way, man. Ian Fleming.
Ian's correcting me, saying Celtic fans are split on supporting Ireland, because Ian, for anybody who doesn't know, Ian, his second team is Celtic, and he says Celtic fan, and he lives on the border, and he's saying that Celtic fans are split on supporting Ireland and Scotland, while Rangers fans support England or Scotland.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for all the super chats, and go on, Roy.
No, yeah. So I'm just saying I don't think they need him.
No, of course they do, man. We on. Come on, man. It's Scotland. Like I said, man, I'm a Scottish man now. But Scotland.
Let's wait.
Chris, you remind me when I first watched Braveheart. William Wallace through and through. There you go.
The thing is, getting a late addition to the squad can make a difference. Because I remember back in 2010, obviously my other team, Ghana, because obviously I support England, but I support Ghana as well. We got
Souley Ali Montari, my man.
That's it. Remember that banger in the quarterfinal against Uruguay before Luis Suarez handballed on the line. We had Kevin Prince Boateng, who obviously couldn't play for Germany, but his brother played for Germany, and he made a huge difference for us to get far in the competition. You know,
Souley Ali Montari, man. You bet the best Ghanaian player ever to grace football.
Champions League winner.
With my team, Inter Milan.
Until Asamoah Makam Jan missed that penalty in the room.
Asamoah.
Very painful.
So listen, man. Once we get to the World Cup, you better believe we're gonna be all over it like a rash on Mighty Win after he gets out of Chinatown with some dodgy birds. But we're not gonna talk about that. Wayne, just put cream, man. You gotta put cream on.
Some dodgy food.
Where's he gonna put the cream?
Well, you gotta put the cream, or get a shot. A shot is more effective. Go immediately to the clinic, and Wayne knows all about the what do you call it? The NHS? Is that what you all call it? You gotta wait long lines, boy. Wayne, he's been there before. They already got the shot waiting for him though. Wayne, he ain't gotta wait, man. Just put the shot on him. Takes about 7 days.
Chris, you know when I was in America a couple of months ago, like Walgreens, the shop Walgreens?
Yeah, pharmacy.
They were just offering out flu shots. They're like, do you want a shot? Do you want a shot? I was like, what? In the supermarket? They're like, yeah.
Yeah, well, that means because we're a proper country, man. We don't want people to get sick, so boom.
That was mad.
I would not have anything in my body in the supermarket.
But no, it wasn't a supermarket though. It was they say supermarket, but it's a pharmacy. That's what it is. It's a pharmacy. But anyway, so that was that as far as Harvey Barnes and Scotland. You can never have too many players, man. You never know. But it also would feel like the man just jumped in. He kind of bandwagon type, because he didn't. He wasn't there
as well.
It could look that way. But if the manager has something, if the manager has a word and say, look, we need to have the best team ever, because I'm worried about Scotland now. Because we gonna have Scotland now every game here. Wayne is gonna have to watch as well. Watch Scotland. Wayne, what's your problem with Scotland, man? They want, what's your issue?
I don't have a problem with Scotland. I love Scotland, but
I love
England
Scotland.
on me
No,
team.
you don't.
Scotland are our Mackhams.
Oh, how can?
The oldest enemy, the very first international football match was between England and Scotland.
The old enemy. When was that? 1871 or something, wasn't it?
No, Wynne wasn't born. He was born 10 years later.
It started before football. As well.
Started before the Football League.
But I hate Wales more than I hate Scotland. Sorry, man. Wales are like...
Oh, there you go. So what is it? That's a derby. Middlesbrough in the building. That's a derby. You got Ireland though. What about the Republic of Ireland? They hate England. Yeah. But anyway,
all other four hate England. 2 islands and Scotland and Wales.
Yeah. And
give them all their independence, I say. Give them all their independence. See how they fare.
Scotland split.
They'll fare as well as Ghana has when we left them and all the other African countries.
How they're gonna be knocking, man.
1872, the England-Scotland match. You're a year out. Good shot, Jeff.
1872. Wayne was. Hey, for anybody wondering, Wayne was not born then. 1882.
20 years before Newcastle.
That's why I had to look it up.
It brought me to international. Brought me to this because I read in this video. It will be the greatest. It will be the greatest crime mystery to know why this team never won Nout. And that's Ashley Cole, Hargraves. You got Michael Owens there as well, if I'm not mistaken, right there. Michael Owens, exactly. That's my favorite. Look at that, Lampard. Terry, one of the greatest. Hey, it's a Geordie in the building, baby. There is a Geordie in the building. Yeah, Michael Carrick. But it don't matter. He's a Geordie though. Why? So you play for Newcastle United? Are you a Geordie?
I would.
No. But he didn't get a chance to. It ain't his fault. Yeah, Wynn didn't play for Newcastle, so is he not a Geordie?
Wynn would have led to play for that club.
But you don't know if Carrick said no. How do you know that? And by the way, do you blame him? He was a Man United, and we were not
letting him go easily anyway.
Yeah, that's us. He went to West Ham, I believe. So come on now, you got to be proud of a Geordie, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Win. How way man know what Bex can do. Beck's the greatest of all time.
I tell you what, for me, that was one of the most overrated teams ever.
I don't know.
By the way, that's not Michael Owen, it's Joe Cole.
2006 potentially, but
that is Joe Cole. I thought that was Michael Owen for a second, man. That is Joe Cole. Wow.
2004, man. We should have won the damn thing.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the striker here?
Wayne Rooney there, man. He's a band.
Wayne Rooney didn't have any hair yet.
Rooney, more cards than goals in the World Cup.
Nah, how way, man. Well, he got a red card against Portugal, but he was the
one goal.
He was the center forward
in 3 World Cups. 1 goal.
Was he the center forward then?
Yeah, but he came back with a broken toe, so he wasn't fit. They did rush him. He did rush him back.
Yeah, I love this guy though. Steven Gerrard, boy, he was just too good with the ball. Man.
I think that there was a problem of him and Lampard playing together.
Nah, that's the myth, man. There's numpty managers, and one of the greatest center backs right there, John Terry and Ferdinand. Come on, man.
Yeah. Terry is not Ferdinand.
No, John Terry and Ferdinand, and the goal
Beckham,
right there. At the end.
Beckham. I love Beckham. Like for me,
well, you better.
I would love it if he would.
I would love it.
Number 7.
Class.
There you go, number 7. All right, folks, let's get into the. We got a call here. Another one, ladies and gents. Let's see who we got here on the phone line. Welcome, mate. How you doing? What's your name?
It's Wazza.
Who is it?
It's Wazza.
Wazza in the who's. What's
Hello,
happening?
son.
Warren, how's it going, man? Don't tell me there's another happy clapper for Win, man. How way, man. Listen.
Happy clap. I didn't get this happy clap a lock.
Where are you from in Newcastle? Give us a location.
Well, I'm from Bumwell, but I'm originally from Scottsford.
West End, same place as Jamie.
This person is Jamie over there.
It's Jamie.
Jamie was on this morning.
Obviously a good lad.
Good lad.
He was from Elgin.
I used to go just up the Bramwell up the road and that, and mingle with all the players like Chris Waddle and Gascoigne. And
Gascoigne was from there too?
No, because I was from
well,
Dunstan.
no, he wasn't.
Yeah, Dunstan.
No, but he played at the training ground.
The training ground at Benwell, aye.
Yeah. Jefferson's saying in there that we need somebody from the dark side to call in. So come on, Bedwetters to call in as well. Bedwetters call in.
Who's the dark side?
He's talking about the he's talking about the bedwetters.
The Eddie Howe as was a.
So Warren,
all this jogging, mate.
Warren, listen.
It's either for or against.
Well, listen, Warren, listen, man. We're gonna play Man City over the weekend. So, what do you think? What's gonna happen? Are we gonna win, draw, lose?
I think it's gonna be the turning point, mate.
Okay.
I think we're just gonna grow pair, and I think we're gonna go for them, and I think what we've all been talking about is that, the press, I think it's just got to be done. And I think the crowd will not let them do anything other than just go for them. They'll gamble their necks.
Yeah. But that's all hope. That's all hope, isn't it? Because, there's nothing really
No, it's not hope. It's not hope. It's got to be done.
Well, I know that, but,
this is going to be a turning point because we all love Eddie Howe, right?
No, well, we
want him to do well, right? But we've given him the backing. It's the players that seems to be letting them down.
So nothing to
I know
do.
they're playing in different positions and stuff, and like we're talking about Burn and that, and and he's got his loyalties and stuff. But playing him on the bloody left-hand side is, it's a bad decision.
Yeah, well, so you are criticizing Eddie Howe then. So that's not the players letting them down.
No, it's still letting them down because the fact is the rest of them aren't picking it up. There's a difference.
Jefferson, you got something to say to Warren?
Listen, man, they're his players. It's his squad now. He sets them up. He does the formation. And I feel that the Colties will do anything they can other than blame Mr. Eddie Howe himself. Now it's the players' fault.
I don't know what you mean by that comment. It's not a case of blaming him. It's a case of, he's had all these difficulties, right? And he's overcome a lot of them. And to get a full squad back and get them bloody fullbacks back, which we desperately need. And if Wissat actually shows up to the show, we're going to have a bloody good team. And I can tell you for a fact. We'll go
but we should
have a way to get into the top 4.
We should have but listen though, we should have a better team than where we're at. Although we got injuries, we had injuries. So
what do you mean by this? Is what gets me a better team. There's no better team than the team that's there. They just need a little bit of inspiration and a win against Man City. If we show up at Man City, it'll all change.
The problem,
I bet your bottom dollar, everything will change.
Go on, Jefferson.
The problem is, unfortunately, we've had to rely on high-intensity press, energy, physicality, athleticism to have success. But I think even the players, you can see it, they look very lethargic, and I think they need a new voice. They need new tactics and a new style of play. I think they look very, very...
So you're saying they need inspiration that Eddie Howe wouldn't give them?
Yeah, I think
so. You're saying Eddie Howe, which is fair enough. You've got your, your propaganda against Eddie, and you want to change things. Fair enough, but for me, 100% behind Eddie. I want him to do well, and he will do well. He always turn around.
But we all want him to do well.
If he doesn't,
well, let Jefferson have his say though.
I was just gonna say,
sorry, bud. Sorry.
No, that's all right, fella. What I was gonna say is it's not an agenda or anything. I always said that when the decline started to come towards the back end of last season, I said, number one, he deserves to be backed, right? Which he did, and he had 250 million. The players he's brought in are his players. Now, out of all those players, only 2 players have done well. We couldn't win
Not his first choice players.
We couldn't, and imagine if we didn't get those in, it would be even worse. We're near the relegation zone, so we need to hold this manager accountable.
Well, exactly. We should think we're so lucky that we did get somebody
and
in.
it's not about the past; it's about today. Unfortunately, he's not our family member; he's a custodian of the club. So we need to see an improvement. And Newcastle United, after spending 250 million, finishing 5th last season, should be nowhere near the relegation zone. If we lose to Manchester City, and don't get a positive result against Everton, we may well end up in the relegation zone.
I agree in a perfect world, but we don't live in a perfect world, though, Jefferson. This is football, man. You've got to go with the peaks and troughs.
Well, that's it. The fact it's not a perfect world, unfortunately, it means we have to say goodbye to Eddie. The roller coaster's over, and it's time to get an elite.
You can say goodbye to Eddie. No way will I say goodbye to Eddie, because
you guys enjoy
he's still got a lot of petrol in the tank, mate. He listen. If he doesn't turn it round, then obviously then we have got a conversation. But as far as I'm concerned,
but would you Warren?
He is still the man.
Warren, would you then? Are you saying that we need to give him the whole season, no matter what, to see if he turns it around
100%.
and where we're so that 100%. Whole season. So that means
it's not even an argument, right? Because there's nobody else can take his place.
Well, listen, right? That's one of the reasons why I haven't said Eddie out. Yet, but. So I mean, don't you think though? Hold on. Let me question you on that.
Yeah. All right.
No, hold on. It's fine. No, you're fine, man. We love you here, man. You're a part of the NTTV family now, and we appreciate your support. So that if things, because there's one or two ways that this can go. You can either get bad, he turns it around, or he doesn't. And if he doesn't, that means you're basically jeopardizing next season as well. Because if we don't qualify for Europe, we don't win anything, players leave, and we're knackered.
No, I know, but the thing is, you're looking at like sideways, man. Even if we did get somebody in new, we'd still be taking a back step, and everything would be a change. Do you not think there'd be even bigger drop-off if somebody else come in? You keep him in. You see it change, and it will. You change it around, man. You've got Tino coming back, you know what I mean? Once he's back, once Whistler's in, we've got a full quarter, and then we can push on.
All right. Well, listen, he might do it. By the way, he might do it. However, there might still be a chance that that we move on. The PIF moves on, because it's not about.
By the way, make you win. He's called Derek, right? My real dad was called Derek.
Yeah.
And I never met him. So I wouldn't maybe me dad.
No,
he might be.
Imagine all the pocket money he uses.
Oh, the good thing he's over. he's over 18 now, so you can claim him now. You can claim him.
Money back guaranteed. Hello, win me fella.
He was.
Roy, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. What? My question is, what have we got in the bottom three in the next few games, and then we play Sunderland while we are in the bottom three and they beat us? Would that be enough?
We're not going to get in the bottom three. The bottom three, although they're going to stay there. Maybe Forest might have a bit of a blurt, but I cannot see them changing much, to be honest, by Christmas.
I mean, but what if we do? Let's say we get beat on Saturday and then we lose against Everton. There will be a big chance we'll be in the bottom three, though.
Well, you could be a bottom three this weekend, man.
And then we've got Spurs after that.
No,
as soon as we're in,
sorry, but I don't think that way, because I think more as a positive note that this is going to be the change round. And look at City, a bit of a City. The City game is a bit of a gimme, right? Because even if we did lose, as long as we put up a fight and we put a good show in, it's one of them games. Anybody can get beat off City on the day.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that we cannot afford that.
Since 2019.
Well, we couldn't afford the last two either, but we've managed to, you know what I mean?
No, we haven't. I'm saying the way our season is going, we cannot afford to be losing, and that's the predicament that we're on now. We're in a no-win situation because it's extremely hard to beat Man City, but at the same time, we can't really say It's fine if we draw at home, or listen, you can lose against City. We can't really afford to say that because we wasted many points this season already. So we cannot overlook how difficult it's looking in the table right now, and how difficult it looks for us to make up those points. You can hope that might be your hope to say, okay, we can get those points, but there's really not much of a base to say that right now.
Yeah, but it's all a matter of opinions, and my
of
opinion
course,
is, and I'll stick by it, is
of
that
course,
the
of
fact
course.
is, I think, and he has proven in the past, that he will turn things round.
All right,
And
well,
all this doubt about the players, he's losing the players, and I can't see that myself. I think there's a few bad apples in their mind. I think there's a few, and especially since the Isaac situation, I think there is a few that's possibly like thinking, oh, what do I do? Do I go to another bigger club? Do I try and push it and all that? And I think that might cause a problem. But that's up to Eddie and his staff to sort out. He's got to do that behind the scenes. And I dare say it is going on.
Who's the bad apples? Who's the bad apples? Please tell me Anthony Gordon.
Right, Jefferson. Who do you think?
Anthony
because
Gordon,
for
straight
me,
away.
they pretty much stand out.
Anthony Gordon.
Huh?
Anthony Gordon. He's got more red cards.
There you go. You see? So it's quite
issue
obvious, really.
He's one of Eddie's favourites. That's the problem, you see. And this is what's going to stop the manager is his sentiment. He's
he isn't, though.
He's got
He's one of his favourites because he's been replaced. He's been replaced by what do you call him?
Barnes.
By Harvey Barnes.
But he had
to. Harvey Barnes has featured a lot more recently. So there is some sort of negativity there.
But that's because he was suspended for 3 games. He then comes back, stinks out the joint, and they make an excuse saying he's got a hip injury. He is Eddie Howe.
Yeah, Eddie Howe pulled him off straight away, though.
Son, love child, whatever it is. He is awful. He is awful. And then there's Joe Linton, and then there's Pope, and I'm sorry to say it, there's Dan Burn. Unless he lets go of the favourites and the sentiment, then we're never going to.
Dan Burn is no problem. Dan Burn is a centre back.
At left back,
he's been played in the wrong position, and everybody knows he's been hung with the dry. He's been put in that position because he's a stalwart for the team. He's a leader, man.
Agreed, but you just said he's been hung out to dry. So can we please criticise the manager for that then? He's not protecting
who else
the player.
Would you play? I'll put it back on your toes, Jefferson. Who else would you play in that situation? Or what would you do to the formation to make it a lot easier? Because everybody's saying, oh, well, Joe Linton's had to be pulled out of position to cover for him. Oh, and because we haven't got, Lewis at the back and all that, so we haven't got that cover and everybody's compensating for him.
You didn't you just say so? You just mentioned about changing formation. I'm so happy you mentioned that. So there's another one. Let's criticize Eddie on sticking with the 4-3-3. Why isn't he changing formation? So all these things, when you add the factors up, Eddie Howe is the problem. But people don't want to admit it. He is the problem. He needs to change formation. We're playing the same football we've been playing for since 3 years ago. And the problem is every other team's evolving.
Jefferson.
Every other team.
No. Do you know what a 4-3-3 is?
Yeah, you got the 3 in the midfield, obviously.
It's a formation, right? But if you've ever listened to what Eddie says, you've got a lot of combinations within that can change around, right? So when you say it's a 4-3-3, it's not a strict 4-3-3. It's got lots of permutations where players can move around and create triangles where they can sort of make like a 3, 5, 2. They can move around. They've got that situation if they choose to move or not. And you've seen how Newcastle get back into position, right? Okay, there's been faltering yet again. We're going to mention Burn, getting back in position. You know what I mean? But having said that, once we get everybody, back in, I don't think it'll be a problem. I think everybody's just gone a little bit OTT.
Well, hey, listen, that's fine. That's fine.
Was it the
last point?
What was it? The point is, where we're missing Lewis Hall. Well, Lewis Hall gives us something in both boxes anyway. But with Lewis Hall and Tino, what we're missing is them covering the defence, but them overrunning is what gets them injured. And this is what happened 2 years ago. Too much running. Now I understand what you're saying about the three in midfield, because sometimes you get one almost as a 6 that's slightly deeper. Sometimes you get all three of them running around like mad dogs. Sometimes you get one that's a little bit more advanced, and you also get some that help in wide positions. That's fine, but it requires a lot of energy and a lot of running. Yeah. And the problem is that setup means you cannot dictate games. We're not good enough on the ball to keep possession. So when the tempo changes, we always get caught out in transition. We saw that a lot of times last season, and we also saw it in the preseason friendlies. So Eddie had a massive opportunity this summer to sign players who are better on the ball to help players like Tonali and Bruno. Now, we've got someone like a Miley. You talked about dropping Joe Linton. I wouldn't be against that. Bring in Miley. Show that you're doing something different. That's the problem. It's rinse and repeat. And I think that's what a lot of fans and a lot of realists are getting annoyed with. And I think, unfortunately, as much as I love the fella, no one's going to take away his pace in history. I think he's reached his upper limit. And it's time for us to get an elite manager who's actually going to take us to the next level. Every other club has done it. There's no room for sentiment anymore. It's not Eddie Howe FC, it's NUFC. Let's go.
There you go. Well, listen, have your last say, and we'll let you go, Warren. Have the last word here. Go on.
Okay. I love you all.
I love you too.
Thank you. You're a great bunch. Even though I didn't agree with most of things, like, you know what I mean? But my dad win, obviously, you know what I mean? Obviously.
You'll do for me, was it?
Get that pocket money.
Mate, are you bald or you got hair?
And Wayne ain't got a clue. He's been quiet the whole time, man. What?
You have a good giggle.
Was I keep watching, man? Keep watching.
What was I saying in all for us?
Unlock them. Unleash the beast.
Patience is the key word.
Was I keep watching, man? You know you're gonna be supported as usual. You're gonna be.
I'll watch your every move, Chris.
What was that? The McKenzie family's in saying, how much did I pay you to call in?
Oh, you know, when is your neck?
No, I'm just like the last geezer. I'm going to get 2 pints and a bag of crisps.
There you go, man. And keep watching.
I look forward to seeing you.
I want to see your live comments on the chat right now, mate. See you later, okay? Take care.
Chris, I'll see you when you come over here.
Oh, we'll be there.
I'll see you, mate.
We'll be there. I'll be there. We're going to definitely have a meetup, man. Don't worry.
I'll be there.
Take care, Wazza.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Right. See you, Toon Army.
Warren Denny, man, coming in with the heat as well. You know, not backing down. I appreciate that. I appreciate somebody that's not scared. I appreciate somebody that holds their own and holds their end of the bargain. And listen, it just becomes a tug of war of opinions. But you got to show up and face the music. That's what this channel is about. It's a kitchen. When the kitchen is hot, if you're scared of it, you better get out. If you're scared, get a dog. If you're scared, go to church, baby. Over here, we got real gangsters. We got real gangsters come on here and have their say. The East Coast.
He's always got the sound bites, Win.
I got the sound bites. I got the sound.
How does he do it? Right?
That's right, man. If you're scared, get a dog, baby. If you're scared, get a dog. Hey, Mighty Win, we already showed Mighty Win's dog. Remember that? We're not gonna show.
Owen.
Oh no, we're not gonna show. He regrets that move, man. We're not gonna embarrass him on live TV. We're
That's
not
embarrassing me.
No, it is.
Just because he's cool doing.
No, because you gave it away, man. You gave it to the
German Shepherd.
No, he gave it away to you know what, man. Oh, highway. We're not gonna do that, man. Who did that? And this is when, by the way, with that fake gold watch, he couldn't buy gold. He had to to any store to get that fake watch. He named it Owen, and he went with the X in he had bad history.
That watch was my 50th birthday present, actually.
When but you didn't appreciate it enough. When the separation came about, you left the dog, man. What's the matter with you?
Iniesta, he does look a bit like James Spader there, to be fair.
Look at that. You look like Phil Collins there, man. Phil Collins, back in the day, though. I like the shirt, though. I like the shirt, man. I'm about the shirt right now. We didn't show you the pants, though. We didn't show you the pants.
Still got that shirt. I've had that shirt.
Oh, how way, man?
40 years.
Why you got the same clothes, man? 20. You really got the same clothes from 20 years ago.
Absolutely. We're in the same boxer shorts now.
What's the matter with you, man? We need to. Hey, when I go to Newcastle, man, we're gonna go to a proper store. We're gonna put some drip on you, man. We're gonna put some drip on you.
That jacket that I had on in the photograph for you, I've still got that. I wear that every match, and it's been on for 30 years.
We're gonna put some drip on you, all right? You're gonna have some ice on you, man. We're gonna take care of you.
Some jump
But Win, out of both the photos, you look in better shape now. You looking good, Nick, now, mate.
Nah, man.
Because he's not married anymore.
We are knackered. That's it. No women in me life.
No.
Oh, hey, man.
On a permanent basis.
He had a soothing voice at the time. Thank you, everyone out there, and all the super chatters coming in. I appreciate you. Call us right now. Have your say about what we're talking about. 0191-916-8863. Have your say. Face the music. And there we go. Listen. This is the last 6 games for all Premier League teams. Newcastle United.
We are knackered.
Knackered.
We are now, aren't we?
Yeah, well, no, that's just saying where we're at, but that's obviously we're 14th. But it's saying it's showing the last 6 games. The last 6 games we've lost 4 and we won 2. That includes a Champions League as well, all competitions. So you can, I guess,
that's
count that or not
count that. We're on the same form as Burnley.
When I read the thing, it said all competitions, but
we won 7 out of last. We've won 7 out of 10 last competition.
What was that was Brentford. Before that was Bilbao, right?
Bradford.
No, that's too far though.
No.
That's too far. That's too far.
It was League
Brentford, West Ham,
Spurs.
Yeah.
We won. Well, no, in the league.
Well, let me just go to.
We only beat when I was there.
We won Fulham. We won Fulham. We beat Fulham. Sorry.
Beat Fulham.
Forest.
The last team. The last team we beat was Tottenham in the Cup. In Fulham. Fulham in the Premier League was the last game that we beat anybody. So there you go. So I guess that must have been Fulham, and I guess before that we lost. And we lost against Brighton, and then we beat Forest. So that's all Premier League, sorry. So there you go. We beat Fulham and we beat Forest.
So that's my current form, and it's effectively where we are.
Well, the where we are doesn't change, fool. This is the table, but this is looking at everybody's last 6 games.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what the point you're trying to prove is.
We're in shit.
Yeah.
I mean it's more. I didn't want to say that, but
what was I saying? No woman, no crime. Dad needs her for breezing.
There you go. The situation is that who has more reds as far as losses than Newcastle United? Really?
Well, the teams below us, obviously.
Well, if you look at Liverpool as well. And Fulham.
Look at these teams that are above us though. West Ham, Everton, we should be better than. Bournemouth, who started great, but they're kind of evening things out here, and they're really going to be where they're at. They're not really a contender. Crystal Palace, they won the FA Cup. You can say they're kind of a bogey team for most Premier League teams. So you can say but they still should be below us though. That's with all due respect to Palace. That's not where this is not the table, by the way. This is the last games. This is not the table. This is not the table at all. It's not the same as the table.
It obviously is the table based on
those
results.
Well, based on these results, exactly.
Games.
So exactly because Sunderland.
Honestly,
Sunderland
see the point you're trying to make.
Yeah,
we're absolutely rubbish, man. We're absolutely rubbish. We're only. As far as the last games is concerned, we're only above Burnley, Forest, Leeds, Liverpool, which you can say that's odd. But other than that, Fulham and Wolves. I mean, it's kind of incredible to see Liverpool there, but they have.
So Liverpool is odd, right?
No, but
very odd.
Do you think Liverpool are going to be there at the end of the season?
They have enough to say that they're not going to. I mean,
so do we.
You can't compare the two. They just won the Premier League, by the way.
But Liverpool.
By the way, we've played 11 games, so that's half the season that we've played.
Yeah.
So is it a surprise that that's where we are in the current form? And lo and behold, it's where we are in the league as well. Because we haven't been playing well all season.
Yep.
Again, teams. Where's Aston Villa, for example, in the last season game, saying that you say that
Aston Villa have won 5 out of the last 6.
I mean, it's incredible the run that they've gone to. Incredible, right? Incredible.
Including being City.
Brentford, for example, they beat. We gave them a win, no doubt about it. But the rest, it's so. Brighton, those are teams that we shouldn't even be. With all due respect, we shouldn't even be that far. Look at the difference, man. Man United, you say how unbelievably they spent their 7th, and they've drawn a few games. They went on the 3-game winning streak. That lifted them up, to be honest. But before all that, they were rubbish. And they went, so I'm just saying.
Liverpool were top of the league before that.
Yeah, but you got to use common sense, man. You got to use common sense. Liverpool are not going to be in relegation. You know that.
Neither are we.
I didn't say that we're going to be in relegation, but I'm telling you, there's a possibility. If I don't think we're going to be relegated, but
happened before.
Yeah, only twice though. It's
twice.
Twice in this century, and it's not really a Newcastle thing though. As much as some Newcastle fans say that we were a yo-yo club, we were never a yo-yo club. We went down. That was a disgrace, and and there's a lot of culprits on that. But we're not going to get relegated, however. But the point of the matter is that we are super below par, and still you don't hear the criticism that. I mean, it just puts a perspective on where we are.
Right. Well, let's put some perspective on it, should we? Aston Villa, who are way up there, who are doing fantastic, you reckon? Because they've won 5 out of the last 6.
I reckon.
The 5 out of the last 6 were Fulham. We beat Fulham.
Yeah.
Burnley, we've got them to play in the next 3 games or whatever it is.
We'll see.
Tottenham, we beat Tottenham.
Well,
we didn't beat Tottenham in the league.
Not in the
they
league.
got beat. They got beat off Liverpool, and here's the thing: they beat City 1-0 at home.
Yeah, so they've done better than us.
Fancy that. So supposing, because you've got to look at the teams you're playing, man.
But they did. So they've done better than us. We haven't beaten. You say City is one big team that they played, or a top team. How did we do against top teams? We gave up the lead against Arsenal. We gave up the lead against Liverpool. Other than that, how do we perform against the big teams?
The same as
they
Villa.
Can say that
they got beat apart from City at home, and we've got City at home on Saturday.
Have we beaten one big team this season? One top team, rather.
No. All the teams we beat are below us.
But you want to keep doing this futurism, and then Saturday you're going to say, let's talk about it next week or at the end of the year. You keep on trying to do that instead of facing the problem. Grab the horn by the bull.
Exactly when I'm going to face the problem. I'm sick of telling you when I'm going to face the problem.
Grab the bull by the horn. I'm going to face
the problem before the January window.
It's too late.
So
it's not too late at all. Nonsense.
Too late.
But
things they're going to say, oh, what did you expect? It was Man City. We weren't expected to win. So that excuse is going to be ready to come as well.
Well, that's what I was telling Warren I was telling Warren, no, win. You cannot use that excuse. I'm sorry. That's what I was telling Warren before. You cannot use that because we've already wasted too many. We've used that excuse. You know how you want referees to add a flag and every team throws a flag so they can go and review it. Well, we've already wasted all our flags. We don't have that excuse. We don't have anymore. We can't keep saying good point away is a good point in the Premier League. We cannot keep saying, everybody will lose against Man City or whatever. We cannot keep using that excuse. Unfortunately, that's the situation that the club is in, handled by Eddie Howe and the players and yourself. All three of you justifying this nonsense.
Let's get this right then. So you're now Eddie out, are you?
No, I never said that. But we got to get points.
Well, make your mind up.
No, I don't have to. Both. No, what are you talking about? What both?
So are you saying if we get beat off City, it's Eddie out?
No, I didn't say that.
What you saying?
But trust me, but I'm gonna. Now I'm looking at the Everton game. Everton is a must win. Everton is a must win. If we don't beat Everton,
So if we get beat off City and Everton, you are Eddie out.
Bye-bye.
I will be 90. I will be 98% out. I'm going to wait more than likely in how we do against the Mackhams. I'm going to wait how we do against the Mackhams.
We'll still play Spurs before the Mackhams.
If we're in the
No, I know, but
zone, he has to go.
well, I'm gonna wait until the Mackhams because I think that's I'm not even gonna have to say a word because Wynn is trying to play it down. He's trying to say that the Mackhams all of a sudden they're not important, but this game in the northeast of England is something that will get Eddie Howe sacked and will get fans to turn on him. As far as this situation, I mean, he can leave and come back 20 years later. So you
acknowledge that the fans haven't turned on him yet?
No. As far as
they were singing, you don't know what you're doing. A few of them, weren't they?
They were. So I'm talking about turning on them as in clear and evident in the stadium. That's what I'm talking about. Clear and evident. I'm not saying that fans.
That's a sign.
That's a sign. That's more than a sign. That's over then. Relationship is over. Warren says, market, give you hit a shake, man.
I'm trying to find the Marco comment before I was going to try and find it before I put that up.
So if you're
be nice to each other.
Where you've lost 7, let's just say we lose the next 2. You've lost 7 out of 13 and only won 3.
I mean, that's crazy though.
Because Marco was saying
other club is sacked, bruv. Sacked.
Could the Ramsdale relegation jinx be true?
Oh no.
Maybe.
No.
And that's where it was. I was saying, give your head a shake, man.
Remember West Ham, 2002, 2003. There was that whole arrogance of we're too good to go down. They had the highest points tally to ever be relegated. I think they have 42 points. You can't be too arrogant. Anyone can go down. Anyone.
Well, we're not going down. I'm not saying we're arrogant. I'm just saying we just got too much. I mean, that would be the biggest setback any club has faced in history. I mean, go from Champions League to.
Let's say we're not going down. I'm saying we end up in the bottom 3 in the next few weeks. I think the moment we go to bottom 3, he should be gone the same day. Like once match of the day comes on at 10 o'clock, we're in the bottom 3 on that table. He should be gone on Sunday morning.
Wynn disagrees for some reason, Roy. Why do you disagree with Roy, Wynn?
We could be in the bottom 3 on Saturday night.
Then he's got to go.
He has to go Saturday night.
We're not a relegation team. Like, what's the
correct? We're not a relegation team.
What's happened to the standards? What's happened to the standards? Do you think
nothing's happened to my standards?
If these other Champions League clubs were in the relegation zone, what do you think would happen to their manager?
Sacked straight away.
What's happening? What's happening to Slot right now?
There's standards. And I don't know about people, but I'm afraid of losing the likes of Toon Army and that next season. You can see they're not happy with their football. You got people like Nick Voltemada doing better for their country, playing, yes, arguably with better players, but also with a better manager. It's just like, what do we need to see? Like, what more do we need to see? It's like the dog in the kitchen with the fire burning, saying everything's okay. It's not okay.
It is okay.
Languishing towards the bottom relegation zone. It's not okay.
Win, don't you see? No, it's not okay. Win. This situation is not okay.
If we
you cannot be that deluded, man.
Yeah,
this situation is not okay.
It's not okay.
Even bottom 6 for me is not okay. Like, where are the standards?
Well, listen,
we're a Champions League club.
I think that if you start
bottom half is not okay.
Why are we the Champions League club again? Just remind me. Oh yes, because we've got Eddie Howe as a manager.
No,
but that was last season. I'm talking about this season. Yeah,
you can't use that as a. I mean,
someone gave 700 million.
There's no base.
Oh, didn't come with a 700 million again.
Yes, he's had a lot of money to spend. Poor recruitment. Poor. Poor Mitchell was right.
Right.
Yeah?
Who's the poor recruitment? Who's the poor recruitment? Name them.
Have you seen Vissa play?
How?
Jacob.
Yes, I have seen Vissa play. I saw him get 19 goals last season without a penalty.
How's Elanga doing?
Elanga isn't doing well.
0017, yeah, that's what they're calling him. Yeah, no goals, no assists. We paid 55 million for him. Win.
Correct.
Yeah? Ramsdale. How much is Ramsdale getting paid? How many games has he played?
Let me ask you.
Ramsdale's cost for $4 million.
You and Gary
Loan
said
fee.
it was the best window we ever had, and it's the best squad that's ever been assembled. What a joke! They cannot even lace flipping.
You haven't even seen them all play yet, man.
Lauren Robert's boots. That squad, they're not touching that squad. Sorry.
But let me ask you one thing though, Jefferson. Now, because I'm not Eddie Howe out yet, but I do see it coming. With all due respect, I do see it coming. I don't see this blind hope, hope that Wynn and other people have that he'll just turn it around and keep using old last 4 year ago excuses to why they think it's going to be fixed. That to me is incredible. But I don't think that that's the solution. But because I'm not there yet.
Why?
Hold on. Let me hold on. But because I'm not there yet, I will answer your question. Because I'm not there yet. Is there anything that he can do that will make you change your opinion?
Me?
No, I'm talking about Jefferson.
Me.
I'll get to you.
The problem is I've made suggestions before, but I think Eddie's so stubborn it ain't gonna happen. For me, I want to see youth get a chance. I want to see adaptation in formation, and I want to see more tactical nous in games. Be reactive, proactive, not reactive. And Eddie has shown time and time again that he can't do it. Maybe it's just in his limit. He can't do it. He doesn't know how to do it, maybe. But for me, when we're playing Dan Burn, it might be a risk, but I wouldn't mind if he took a risk playing Alex Murphy. Do you know what I mean? Joe Linton's been below par. I wouldn't mind if he says, I'm starting Jacob Ramsey now or Miley. Change the formation, 3-4-1-2, 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1. Do you know what I mean? 3-5-2. Do something, but it's every week 4-3-3, and we know exactly who's going to be in the team. We know exactly the time he's going to make the substitutions. We know exactly who's going to come on. It's like watching the same show every week, and you know what's going to happen. How are people not bored? How are they not bored?
Hold on, results are this is driven by results. So if he starts winning every game, the next 34 games, and he still plays the same, are you going to change your mind still?
No, because it's not. It's inevitable what's going to happen. It's not the way he runs the team. It's not sustainable. His style of football. Even Gary agreed with me from ages ago. We needed to switch to a possession style, and that all came from the recruitment. And that's what Paul Mitchell was trying to do. Try and bring in a better caliber of player. We're signing players who are just runners. Even we're linked with this Fratesi guy. Like, there's only so much you can run in a game. I envy other teams when I watch them pass the ball around, and you see it in the players. You can't tell me, guys, that the players aren't giving 20 to 30% less, either because they can't do it anymore, like their legs are just not giving it. They want something. They desire some creativity, some innovation, a new voice. As a fan, I dread watching the team. Also because I think, God, what's going to happen? Hopefully something bad doesn't happen. But also because the football isn't good enough. It's not entertaining. Surely I'm not talking craziness here. It's mad.
No, listen, you got your opinion. When somebody sent me this, the chat is saying you look like Alex Gilroy from Coronation Street, a show in England. So Irish Assassin has done his magic here. You look very much. I think that's that. Who's that? Bet Lynch. That you are married to.
Never seen a single. I'm proud to say I've never seen a single episode of Coronation Street in my life.
Oh, really?
There you go. That's crazy, man. You ain't English, man. That's the problem, though. You're German. That's why. And now, listen. They made me bald, man. They made me bald too. Jealous people, man. There's always jealous folks out there, man. Making me bald, man. Yeah, I got my good cut on. I look pretty good, man.
You've been growing it, haven't you, Chris?
Free win before he starts gnawing at those bars.
There you go. We're going to free win. It's taking this long for people to free win. That's incredible. Which, by the way, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either, to be fair. But, we'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. It's to be honest, having this conversation is depleting at times because we are in a position that I don't think we want to be at all. But you cannot. Because because win is always about negative, negative, negative. Everybody's negative. And we're going to get to Connor Super Chat.
Well, Jeff has rant there is like a politician on a soapbox. I've heard the same rant 25 times. Literally, almost word for word. One creative players, it's almost by rote. You're that used to saying it, you don't even have to think about it.
But that's but someone win. Someone can say the same thing about you, because you actually say stuff that make you think like he's just saying that to take the pee. I mean, it's really simple.
Here's Connor in there saying, win, lose to Burnley, what you're going to say? I'm going to say what I've said all season. And if we lose to Burnley, that situation may well have arisen, which is, if we aren't within striking distance of the Champions League before the January window, then Howe has to go. And that's what I've said this season. It's what I said last season. And it's what I'll continue to say. And I think we will be within striking league of the Champions League by the time the January window comes. So there you go.
Mate, you lot have been on the old wacky backy, mate. No chance. Absolutely no chance, mate.
Toon Assassin saying back in jail. We've also heard your rants 100
We probably need to win. Probably. How many games we got? 8 left. We probably have to win at least 6 games out of those 8 games left for January to maybe. We'll probably not even be in top 4.
Well, that's the problem because
we're 67 points behind now. So
the thing is that because when says always negative, nothing good to say, nothing positive to say. Unfortunately, with the situation that's going on right now, your hypotheticals have to lean towards what happened if this happens. That's negative. If you lose against Burnley, what happens if you lose against Everton? What happens? Because you can say a happy clapper would say, why can't you say what happens if we win? But the fact of the matter is, our season has been very, very bad. That you have to make assumptions that things might go bad. And what would happen if that happened? To be honest, win in this current situation. Say we win 1 game out of all those games until Burnley. Win 1 out of those until Burnley, and we lose against Burnley. I mean, that's not good, man. Not good at all. Not good at all. And you're going to be looking at your phone at your OnlyFans account, not to try to answer the question that we put in place. That's fine. You can keep swiping, and they might respond to you. You're going to have to put a couple quid in the box, though, if you want a response from them. But I'm just saying, man, we got a new goal. And thank you very much, all of you, for Super Chat. We got a lot of Super Chat. Let's get to the Super Chats right now. Phone in right now. You can have your say. Hold on. You can have your say right now. Phone in. The phone number is on your screen. 0191-916-8863. Call in right now. Happy clappers, bedwetters, assemble. Right now, call in and have your say. Have your say, ladies and gents. Go on, Mighty Win Super Chats.
Jail for Jeffo.
Oh!
Come on now.
Let me say, hey, you gotta tell him what I tell him all the time, man. They
keep winning jail. I know what he's done. Shocking, Dad.
Oh no, you put yourself back in jail. I got the jail, man. You don't worry about the jail. I got it.
DNA test.
And the thing is though, Jefferson, you gotta say they jailed Gandhi too, man. So don't worry about that, mate. Don't worry about that. There you go. There you go. I got the jail. You don't worry about
kid. Don't drop the soup.
Hey, look, you.
Well,
you better be careful. You better be careful.
Sheila's back in. Dear release for win.
You better be careful with when you're dropping the soap in front of him. You better be really careful. So there you go, ladies and gents. Thank you very much, all the super chats. Thank you for helping us reach our goal twice already, and looks like it's about to be a 3rd time. So appreciate it very much indeed. And justice for Jeffersinho, says Foxy. There you go. I see a lot of people in the chat coming in. So thank you very much, all of you, for your support. Give us a call, folks. Another one coming in, I believe. Bell for Jeffer says Queen of Hearts. So there you go. Didn't last long. Yeah, that's surprising though. Why do people like Jefferson don't stay in jail too long and people like Wynn does for hours and hours? Because people might relate more to what Jefferson is saying. It's just, I'm just saying, man. It might be. It might be.
Wouldn't surprise me on this channel.
Well, we're a freedom of speech channel. Freedom of speech reigns. People can say whatever they want. Nothing stops any happy clappers to come on and have their say. Matter of fact, all the callers all day have been happy clappers, man. What are you on about? All of them coming at me.
It's not funny with an 0191 number.
There you go. Oh, here we go.
Proves that we're wangers.
So you're saying that local fans say, and by the way, other local fans have called in before, and they've.
There's
they've
another
said,
release, Jeff. I can't jail the realist.
There you go, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much indeed. As far as updates on injuries, it'll be good to give everyone the update of Keith Downey saying that Santos Tonali, Gordon, Nick Pope were all present at NUFC training this morning, despite being pulled out of their prospective international squads through injury. There is hope all three will be available to play against Man City on Saturday. So it looks like, again, Gordon, Pope, and Tonali are fit to go to battle for Eddie Howe. Let me ask you guys this question, though, and try to be objective, of course. I know you guys want to hold on to your own perspective corner. But let me ask you this: is there anything in your being that thinks that he's lost the players, or that the players are not too convinced, or not too, what do you guys think of that? Because that's the main thing. If you tell the players now we're going to try this and they're not bothered, then we're knackered. Either way, we're knackered. So, anybody, Roy, you want to go there?
Yeah, I think he's lost Tonali, and I think he's lost Gordon, and I think he's about to lose Botman.
Ooh, damn!
If he hasn't,
he lost
already.
it. He lost everybody.
No, those three, especially Tonali. After he put him as a right back when we get him beat, and then the following game he subbed him out when we get him beat as well. What would you feel like if you probably were the best player on the team? He takes you off when they get him beat. Well, that's a sign. Coaches do that. Say we're getting beat. It's your fault.
Yeah.
And
well, that's
Gordon's been gone. So maybe it's Gordon's attitude. And then with Botman, we've heard the rumours about him trying to negotiate his new contract, but he wants to speak to Eddie because he knows what's going to happen with.
He's spoken
Tino. Today. Yeah, but we don't know yet. Tino comes back, or Lewis Hall comes back, and Botman goes back on the bench. That's what's going to happen. And Botman doesn't want to do that. So he's going to be like, you know what? You're picking him instead of me every game. I play better than him. I want to go to another club.
What do you think about that, Jefferson? Quickly.
Toon Assassin sentenced Wayne to jail for Owen Warren pocket money. And Paul Morris says, jail Jeffo, throw the key away.
Oh, flipping hell, Paul.
Yeah.
Get out of here, mate.
So Jefferson, do you think he's lost the locker room then?
Oh, mate. I'm back in.
Both in.
Paul.
Yeah, I'm both in.
I got you a number, mate. I got you a number. Yeah, listen, I think it's one of them ones where even if it's a subconscious thing, like they may try their best for the manager, but they just ain't got enough left in there mentally and physically for the way that he wants them to play. And we've seen it play out with other teams. It's just how it goes sometimes. They just need a new voice, new tactics, new inspiration. I don't think it's really a slight on Eddie. It's just nature taking its course. I think there are things where he may start to lose players if he stays being stubborn. When, for example, if you see a Joe Linton's had a stinker, you shouldn't pick him the next game. He needs to be dropped. Same as Pope, for example. Pope made 2 mistakes, didn't he, against West Ham, gets picked the next game. So it's that kind of thing where he will start to lose players. It will start accumulating if he doesn't change his ways.
Yeah. Wayne, I'm assuming you're not even bothered about players being Eddie Howe.
I don't think he's lost the dressing room at all.
At all. There you go.
No,
hey, listen.
He hasn't lost the dressing room. He's lost
we got
players.
I don't think there's any evidence for that anywhere.
We got 5 minutes left. We got 5 minutes left on the show. We're going to get to the comments. Go on. Finish your point quickly.
Yeah, it was Tonali.
Tonali, you said Tonali,
yeah. And the first game he puts him right back. The second game he takes him off.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a fair point. By the way, guys, I don't know if you know out there, all of you watching, all of you super chatting, the panel here, but you are listening to NUFC Talk.
You are listening to NUFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army. Live daily on the website, on YouTube, and on every online radio directory. NUFC Talk, the voice of the Toon Army.
All right, ladies and gents, we got 5 minutes left on the show here on the late night. Don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you to all of you that have been tuning in all the way from the early night show and earlier the Undisputed show and the breakfast show every day. Appreciate all of you out there for tuning in. It is -1 degrees now in Newcastle, man. Okay, yeah. I mean, it
Toasty warm.
I mean, it is. I mean, it is just, you just don't even look outside. You don't even look. Don't even look. Let's go with some chats to finish the show here. Michael says, Howe has always said he didn't want to sell Anderson, but the question should be asked, whose decision was it? Marco says, I don't want Mourinho football in UFC because his style of football is similar to Rafa football. Nah, but that's... Win loves Mourinho type football, you know, score one goal and everybody hang from the goal.
Hey, give me 1-0 to the Arsenal. I'll take that.
Hey. Foxy says, I'll be honest, I really like Wiss as a player, but even the deal you have to question for the price paid. Afcon comes around often in his age. Expect him to hit the ground running when he's back. You got to expect that now. Pika Pika says, a loss against City and a loss against Marseille is more than justified proof that Eddie needs to be questioned and possibly kicked out of here. No sympathy, says Pika Pika. Pikachu, Pokeball. There you go. Michael says, madness, suggesting Eddie Howe out. There's no one better. And Big Nick Fan says, not being happy with decisions is not the same as wanting to sack the man who's got us so far in 4 years. Exactly. Well, that's kind of where I'm at, to be fair. We got a super chat in quickly. That's going to be free win. So go on, Win.
Free win, doubled up last week. That's Sheila. Thank you again.
There you go.
Yeah, that's belated.
There you go.
Don't free him. That's belated.
Yeah, we got to make sure.
What a scam.
You've got no vote. You're in jail.
Adam K says Man City is a must-win game. Bain here says, we will finish mid-table if Eddie persists with Pope. That's the proven game changer. We play better without him. Ricky D, the biggest games for Howe are Sunderland and Fulham in the Cup, says Ricky D. We got more comments here. Let me see. Marco, I don't want Mourinho for... Well, we read that one. Let me see. Pika Pika again says, I lost against City and I lost against Marseille. Oh, yeah, we read that one too. What are we doing here? All right, Giniesta. Dan Burn is a cult hero, but he should be Botman's backup. We need to prioritize young players, says Giniesta.
Spot on. Up Giniesta.
We need to play our best players.
Pot Max. There you go. That's what he's saying though. Pond Mag says, drop off to where? We are on relegation form. You can't get, I mean, we're not in relegation zone yet, but it's looking nutty at the moment. Super chat there from Brian Quinn.
Quinn saying, let Eddie manage the team and us our expectations. Wise words, Brian. Wise words.
Here you go. Adrian says, Chris, cultural appropriations are becoming increasingly unhinged. Because I'm a Scotsman now, man. And we're going to beat English like a drum. You better believe it. We're going to beat you, boy. We're going to beat you. You better be praying not to see us in the World Cup. Let me tell you something. You better not. Me and Fleming, we got this, mate. Jillian says, Pawn, who did your boy Mitchell sign that was first team ready? To Punt Mags, I think Jillian was saying. Flynn, playing proper football has stood the test of time for winning teams. There you go. Listen, it's been a lovely...
Thank you to all the super chatters.
The super chat.
We have had Toon Assassin, Wazza, Queenie, Chris. Oh, that was you. Sean Helseso, Paul Morris, Ian Fleming, Connor, Sheila, the Mackenzie family, and Brian Quinn. Thank you very, very
Paul,
much.
Did you say Paul Morris? Did you say Paul Morris?
Yes.
Okay. All of you out there, appreciate you, all of you very much. Connor as well. I don't know if you said that, but either way.
Yep.
Thank you all of you for supporting the channel. It's been lovely. We're going to be back at it again tomorrow. No late night show tomorrow. It's going to be the NUFC comparison live at 9:30 after the early night show. So still back-to-back shows, of course. So tune in for that. Again, we're going to be live. Just us as this group here. We won't be at the late night show. But support NUFC comparison with Jamie, with Hutch. You saw him yesterday. And Simon as well. Early night show with Gary, Boki and the lads. And breakfast show in the morning. NUFC Undisputed tomorrow with me and Win. Full shows tomorrow, folks. Hit the like button. Highway the lads. See you later, folks.
Highway the lads.
See you later. Who's this one?